game. Time to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it. All about your debt, and if you can pay it. It's all about pay, and who's gonna make it? I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, no way you can shake me. I am heavy debt, no way you can pay me. I am the pain, and I know you can't take me. Look over your shoulder, ready to run like a Cleveland bitch from a smoking gun. I am the game, and I may lose. So move on out, you can die like a fool. Trying to figure out what my move's gonna be. Come on over, sucker, why don't you ask me? Don't you forget there's a price you can pay. Cause I am the game and I want to play.
Yeah, okay, that's enough of that, I think. So let's go ahead and get it going here. At some point, someone's going to show up. First, let's go ahead and hold the video so I don't get confused and hit the wrong button here. Now, what I need to do is get the thing, reduced because it's too big to run as the loaded banner. So I got to do a few tweaks here and there to get that back up and get it small enough that I can get it up. All right. Hold on. Whoops. Damn it. Why does it do that? Give me that back. Get over here. You don't need to see that stuff. All right. Let's see. Throw a little something here at Sinead again. Tweet this into detransition or been gotten friendly with Sinead Watson over in Scotland. About to do a Fortnite stream if you want to make me see make a bloody fool of myself. So, yeah. So I've already sent the link to the usual suspects here if anyone wants to join in for a little panel thing. Now let's get back in here. All right, let's get that lower so I can see the screen. All right. See where we're at. Okay, let's see. Now we got collect ammo there. Enter ripped in a vehicle. That'll be fun. Okay. That's always amusing. Doesn't spell well for the vehicle usually, but no. And before, let's see. No weekly tasks so far for another 3 days, so I have to get into that. So let's quick look at the shop before we go any further. Let's see, we got the FNCS stuff back. And now M&M is in the shop. So again, we don't even have buy the battle pass, just And Futurama stuff. One of these days I would like to get these. But as it stands right now, I think, And The Incredibles. But thankfully, this stuff is in the item shop, so I can get it. No, well, there goes my monetization. I don't think I switched it on anyway. That would have been trash the second I played the theme. But, whatever. Okay. Yeah. I don't think so. All right. Let's get back up here. So, I need to get to level 42 before I can get another set of V-Bucks here. So let's... Where do I want to try and drop here? Do there. Of course, depends on how well I can... Whoop. I don't know why this thing has suddenly gotten weird on me if it's trying to switch tabs. No, Sinead's a good. Been through hell. Finally coming out the other end with her head high and everything, getting healthy again. And when it finally dawned on me that no, Watson is a Scottish name, you're wondering what. I know there was some Scottish, but what clan are associated with? Well, I finally realized, look no further than your freaking grandmother. Started getting a little, Are we a bit protective of my distant cousin Sinead? Of course, the big issue right now is going through Ancestry.com, which I like to go on pause for a while because of financial things, but oh, hello. Is that in a snag around the year 1740, and that there's it's not uncommon getting convoluted stuff about well, here's the thing, but no, if this guy can't be the father of this person because that would mean that he had the child at 11 years old. And early puberty, that's more of a modern thing. So back then, it's like, no. 16 or 17, that's one thing. But no, not 11. Okay? So I'm thinking there's some kind of little combination there. Because I've also seen some things where they mix up dates. But also, unfortunately, Watson is not an uncommon name. So, nor is the first name of Thomas. So I think we're probably confusing two different people. But either one kind of has a pretty strong case for being legitimate. So I don't know. Have to get something a little more authoritative at some point. Otherwise, all right. We need to get to the park. No, you idiot. Off first. Let's check the goodies underneath here. I'll take that. And nope, that'd be a downgrade. Let's get the other side here. Ooh. Let's get shielded up. And there are very few problems in this world that cannot be solved by a good rocket launcher. Now, I'll deal with that later. Okay. Let's take care of this one first. Oh, well, there we go. Come on. Can't hit the spacebar just right. Come on. Yeah, real bright move there. Okay. All right, now where's my pickup? All right, let's get that off of there. And a rift in the vehicle. I gotta find a rift. Oh. All right. Come on, where are you? Oh, shit. All right. Somewhere around here, there is a rift. And I'll need to find it. And it's not giving me any hints. Okay. I'll go somewhere, so I might as well. Where? Oh, great. Oh, that's real brave of you. Hold on. I'll take that one. Yeah. Yeah, I need to hit that one first. You'd have gotten shield thingy. Now I gotta try to. Okay, where's the damn truck? Oh, there you are. All right, let's get to where I can swap it out for another vehicle. Okay. Yes, leave no ammo can behind. Okay. Even if you don't get anything, at least open it and see what's in it. All right. Shit. Talking my shields. Holy crap. Okay. Hold on. Fortunately, Rosetta's not here, so I have to let everyone need myself. Okay. There we go.
What's going on?
Well, I just started here. Unfortunately, I'm out of shields.
That's cool. Wolverine.
I got whacked. Okay, so,
yeah. I've actually I hooked up I charged up the headset and I hooked it up so I don't have to hunch, so I don't have to hunch over and put any more strain on my back than I need to.
That's
so
good.
It's still dealing with the pinched nerve.
That helps, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is also a thing. Why on Twitch all things, posture warning. Yeah, yes.
Yes, I could kick back now, just lie on the bed.
Oh, yeah.
And you can hear every grunt and groan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, let me just kick back a little bit.
All right. Okay, I gotta find a big shield or I'm gonna be in trouble here.
Oh, they're giving away Deceive Ink on the Epic Store.
Whoopsie.
And I've been kind of meaning to play that, but I didn't really want to pay for full price for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't, not that it doesn't look good. It's just it seems like another garden variety battle royale first person shooter.
Kind of like this.
Yeah. But it's spy themed, so. So I said, okay, you know what? If they're giving, I'm taking.
Okay. I think I got a nice collection of free games off of Epic here. So yeah.
Oh yeah, the Christmas giveaway is gonna be coming soon.
Oh yeah.
Which is gonna be pretty cool, actually. They always.
This is one kid. I'm not bothering with the battle pass. because there's nothing in it that really attracts me enough to bother with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm
They
not
ca-
into rap. I have nothing against Snoop or or Eminem, but it's like I'm not into them. Okay.
Eminem he's a
Emin,
character in
he's
Fortnite.
he's one of the Eminem and Snoop Dogg and
I kind of wish they had it was more if Fortnite was more like the Division where you could
mhm,
build a character and you use that character.
mhm,
Yeah, it does the randomization unless you buy a skin seems to
yeah,
be a major downside.
yeah. There are some skins that are customizable, but
Yeah,
not much.
no. So, okay,
Ooh, even
if I
better.
stretch out on the bed, that it's a little bit
Mhm,
better. Okay, there we go. Yeah, freaking, they have triple heist money on Grand Theft Auto this week, so I'll fire that up eventually. So,
mhm.
uh, just had my evening coffee, and that was one thing. My parents always had coffee in the evening,
Mhm.
and that sort of like signaled that they were settling
Yes.
in for the evening.
Yes. The day is over. We're going to relax. Do not bother me with shit. Yeah.
Exactly. My cousin Georgiana used to live next
Mhm.
door
Uh-huh.
at my because we used to live at my grandfather's house when I was set till I was about the age of 7.
Mhm.
Then we moved into the other house.
Mhm.
My cousin Georgiana moved across lived right next door. They had what they called a mother-in-law apartment.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a two-family house. One side it was a mother-in-law apartment, and she used to come home. Georgiana. Oh, what the heck was that?
That's stuff. Hold on.
Okay.
And fortunately, got
Only
my hands full at the moment. So hold on. Crouch
thing.
down here.
But anyway, to continue with the story, they had this little espresso pot,
Mhm.
and Georgiana used to come over every night around 7 o'clock, and she said, "My father said,
Mhm.
Georgiana, make it a coffee," and she used to make espresso for him.
Mhm.
And sadly, when my father passed away,
Uh-huh.
and she said, Do you still have do you still have the little old coffee pot?" He goes, "Yeah, I do. Do you mind if
Mhm.
I have it?" He says, "Absolutely, you can have it."
Mhm.
So I'd rather see it with you than have it get thrown out.
Yeah, certain things. It's like even if I never use it, it's a memento. Okay.
Yeah. My mother had an old Singer sewing machine that
Mhm.
you used to pump with your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin Marie has that.
Uh-huh.
She
I
said
see you're
she's
wearing the shirt.
Yes. Yeah.
I s-
Not going crash
hi
up. I'm
Steph.
not quite as big a target
I
here. Now there was this gal who was let me go big here. Some idiot on Delta student at Delta Airlines. This is this is shirt.
What
It's
did it say?
it's saying the war threatening the shirt. It's like do not give to the war within, end veteran suicide.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well, you
something
know
that
what?
it's been, but this guy, what threat? It's trying to raise awareness of veteran
Yeah,
suicide. It's been a
that's
problem for
actually
decades.
very good. That's a very
Yeah,
nice, noble sentiment. That
yeah. But this little shit, I don't care about your shirt because she was like 23 years in the Marine, where the Marines were. I
Okay.
don't care. I don't care about your thing. Oh, really? Trying to make her,
Also,
change shirt. Take the shirt right that wasn't wearing a bra. Turn around.
all
Maybe
the
she got a
all yeah.
sweatshirt. But eventually, let her get on the flight, but not on these seats she sat. She paid
Yeah.
extra for. I think it was probably a exit row with extra more leg room. Back in the back. Now corporate apologized for it, but they're still kind of sort of backing up their idiot.
Yeah. Well, she's probably the person that had a problem with that is probably gonna get taken and say, "Hey, listen, I know you thought you were following the rules, okay, but there's some times where you have to know not to follow them."
And it's like there's nothing threatening about that shirt, okay? Just because it says the word suicide is not what you think it is.
Yeah. One of the
And we have a lot of veterans fly on Delta, and we like to keep it that way.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. A lot of veterans fly Delta. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
veterans are probably employed with Delta.
Yeah, especially the pilots. Okay, Because that's usually the big thing. Once you get through, as a pilot in the Air Force, or the Navy, it's like your next stop is get a nice, sweet gig with an airline.
Yeah, military probably trains more commercial pilots than
Oh
any
God,
other
yeah.
organization.
That's part of the plan. That's also why a lot of times when you hear a plane crash in the cockpit, it's like you think they're doing nothing. Nothing's going on there. They're nice and calm. No one's freaking out at all. It's usually usually the tendency is, the co-pilots go, we're not going to make it. The pilots go, we're going to make it. We're going to, we'll do it. And then at the very last, oh shit, then they go through it. Now back in the cabin, it's going fucking nuts. But
yeah.
But the crew up front, they're staring death in the face. They're still cool as cucumbers.
So there is some truth to the movie Airplane.
Yeah, pretty much. Ever track down the movie Red Hour in the 50s?
I've heard of 0 Hour.
Oh, 0 Hour. That's it, yeah. It is Airplane.
Yeah.
Without the sight gag.
Shot for shot remake.
They literally lifted the script and just put in a few gags here and there.
Yeah.
Is that a llama I see before me? Yes, it is.
I remember, God, when I was seeing Alicia, I remember one time my friend Jimmy had something would happen with his roommate, and his roommate stole a bunch of money from him or something like that. And I was just like, he used to live across the street from Alicia, and I was just like, I said, call Jimmy, I'll order a pizza, tell him to come over, and just.
Okay, somebody's been to Eminem's grotto.
Tales of girlfriends gone by. I remember she had a party. I brought a 30 case of beer over. Budweiser. Yeah, I didn't think anything of it. Yeah, just drink beer at a party. And she literally jumped on me. I was like, yeah, warn me next time you're gonna do that.
It's only Budweiser. What would have done if I brought Michelob?
I gotta write that down. Can I use that?
Use it. Yep. My Christmas gift to you. There's your next joke for everybody.
Yeah, a little something about the company that makes these shirts. They use the money to send memorial plaques to people who have lost loved ones in combat.
Yeah, the company here, it's Till Valhalla. The Till Valhalla project. I never went back to full screen. Hold on. With the screen. Get back.
No, you didn't.
Let's get back up here. Yeah, you didn't see that somewhat spectacular ending for me. Yeah. Well, I did say, Sinead, it's like, hey, what if we make a bloody fool of myself here? I'm doing the stream time. No, she posted a picture of herself, before she went into rehab, just top of something, showing the double mastectomy scarred and the fact she was horribly underweight.
Yeah.
And so, oh my God, and I did like their posting nudes again. I see.
Yeah. I got a nice big new joke pad that I found. Yeah.
All right.
So wrote that sucker down.
Yeah.
Start working on some new material. I got my oldies.
Okay.
I got my standards. Got my oldies. That I've done so many times. But now I'll be damned if I can remember them. I usually remember. I have retrograde amnesia. I'll remember them when I go on stage.
Yeah. Like coming back. Oh, now it's coming back. Start the video recorder. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let's look at the map.
Someone asked me, "Well, how do you know if a joke's funny? You got to do it in front of. You got to do it in front of an audience. That's how you know."
Well, if people laugh, it's funny. Okay, there's your hint.
If people laugh, it's funny. If they don't, okay, you throw that one out. I tell people all the time because what do you how do you like? I said 1 out of every 20, maybe 20 or 30, maybe even 50 jokes you write is good or usable. Sometimes you get on a roll, you get a few of them, but the other times you're like, nah, that doesn't work. I had this bit that I always liked about
Mhm.
pot smokers, about how I just didn't like
Yeah.
a lot of pot smokers back in the
Mhm.
day.
Yeah.
And I just never could get it to work. But
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
personally, I liked it, but I couldn't use it because it just kind of went nowhere.
Yeah. They were on Bill Eddie Murphy and Raw talking about after Bill Cosby called him up and gave him a hard time for being so filthy in his act.
Mm.
And he called up Richard Pryor. I said Bill Cosby just chewed me up for being talking dirty.
I
Because
did
Richard Pryor. Oh, fuck him. Tell Bill suck my dick. Okay.
I did this bit about Bill Cosby one
Yeah.
time when the whole thing broke. He goes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Bill Cosby, America's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Who saw that one coming?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see, you get the roofie and you put it in the Coca-Cola and you go
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
giggity, giggity,
And
googity,
you
googity.
kind of stir it in the pudding there when the pudding
Stir it
pops.
in the Stir it in the pudding, and the pudding pop, stir it in the pudding, giggity, googity, googity, giggity. Who
Yeah.
knew Bill Cosby was Glenn Quagmire all that time?
I used to have a better Bill Cosby with him.
Well,
So like
see,
Richard Pryor said, look, hey, no. Do people laugh when you talk? Yeah. Do
yeah,
they pay you when you talk? Yeah.
yeah.
Well, then tell Bill I have a coconut smile. Shut the fuck up.
Tell Bill to have a Coke and smile and shut the fuck up. I really don't have a Richard Pryor. Maybe that's as close as Richard Pryor. Tell Bill to have a Coke and smile
Yeah.
and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Richard Pryor's one you got to work up to because again, it's been years since I did a Richard Pryor thing. Huh?
Yeah. I thought I came up. I thought I came up with it myself, but it turns out it is a Carlin bit. People say,
Uh-huh.
"Have a good one."
Yep.
I tell them I have a good one. I just need a longer one. That is a Carlin bit. I can't
Yeah.
use that anymore. That is a
Mhm.
Carlin bit. Darn it! I knew I heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
Ow.
Kind of like George Harrison and My Sweet Lord.
There is. I did one the video game joke. It said, "Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
working on. So I'm working on a new video game. I'm a voice actor on the site. I'm voicing a new video game. You might heard about it coming up. It's called Tom Clancy's Race War. Yeah, white people are gonna have all the money, but black people are gonna have all the guns. So,
Oh boy.
I wonder if I could get really nasty if I could destroy the E and the M in the end there.
yeah, that's actually
Make it mine. Okay, let's see if I can do this. If they allow you to destroy part of this.
I did have a joke one time. I said, "Yeah, I'm working on a new video game called Grand Theft Auto Vatican City. You drive the Pope Mobile. You run over the bishops and cardinals, and yeah, things get a little dicey though when you got to go pick up the altar boys. But it turns out that was a bit on MXC. It was like, oh god, I might have fallen asleep one night with the television on, and it is a funny bit though.
Yeah.
Punch up, always punch up. Always try to punch up, except when personal relationships are concerned.
Yeah. Then punch down all you want there.
Never kick someone down. When is there a better time to kick?
Yeah. Oops. Shit. Try that again. There we go.
Oh, actually, the Tylenol's kicking in. That feels pretty good.
I didn't want another shotgun with that. I'm not even a fan of this model of shotgun.
So I have a friend in Conifer. Did you get snow yet or not?
We've gotten snow, but I'm sure Conifer got lost worse than we did. But
well, higher. She's in a lot higher elevation.
Well, yeah, Conifer's up in the hills. So,
yeah. She's
actually that's the area where South Park really is set. So like I said, South Park to a certain extent is kind of a documentary.
Oh yeah,
the people there are very weird and slightly psychotic. So.
When I still actually have the script somewhere for the web series I wrote called FU.
Oh,
and I probably told you this before. It's set at the fictional Fairmont University. Now why did I choose the name Fairmont? Turns out the Fairmont is the name of a pornographic movie theater in East Haven, Connecticut. It sat there on the corner with a Texaco station right next door. Nobody said a word for the last 50 years. So So I figured it's sort of a semi-biographical my time at Southern Connecticut State University, just all the absurdity I had to go through.
Yeah.
So I figured the biggest insult would be to change the name to a name of an adult theater. Where is it? Carlisle, Connecticut. Where's Carlisle? Well, you know New Haven? Yeah. You know Hartford? Yeah, somewhere around there. somewhere around there.
You might have an issue with that a Jeremy Previn movie. No, it's PCU. Never mind. Hang on.
PCU.
Okay, yeah.
PCU.
Okay. They still might throw a fit. I don't know. You never know.
Well, how many college movies or
well,
series?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
God. Fun was not. My fun was not finding the space part. What the hell? God,
it was one part Community meets Scrubs.
Yeah.
Which was sort of this snarky kind of guy who's too smart to be there, but what happens is his parents sabotage his essays to all the other colleges, and the only college he gets into is Fairmont University because his parents have a lot of money tied up in what they call the State University Cost Keeping System, SUCKS.
Yeah.
He's like, you do realize that spell sucks, don't you?
Yeah.
Just hearing that makes
Could
me
be worse.
That little video that Matt traded for Universal Studios.
Okay, there's been some action around here. There's buses beat to shit.
Even though I'm not the main character, it's not written for me specifically. It's written for my friend Jake, but he's kind of aged out of the role. So, it is definitely written. He meets this girl, and the love interest is somebody named Danielle, who I used to know.
Yeah.
And she ran off with a Bigfoot. The guy looked like Bigfoot. I swear to God.
Oh man.
He looked like comic book guy meets Bigfoot. I swear to God.
I can see a reveal there. You deliver the line. Yeah, she ran off with Bigfoot. Yeah. Just enough with a bitter boyfriend shirt team. Then find out, holy shit, is this a Bigfoot? Or he shows up.
So anyway,
you weren't kidding, were you?
So anyway,
no, Sasquatch. What's up?
So anyway, so they meet at a like some kind of convenience store just like off campus, and he's like, hey, wait a minute, what's your name? Oh, I'm Daniel. I'm sorry, I gotta go. Wait, what? Can I see you again? What's your number? This is not how stalking works.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of things. Yeah, I got kicked out of a party when I as soon as I entered. I was asked to leave. Did you pay your cover? No. Who do I? Oh, okay, guys, I should leave. I'm like, what? I just got here. At least let me time to harass a few people. Come on, just let me get. I'll get on your bad side if you want. Then you can ask me to leave.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And then he meets an internet billionaire who has a secret office at the top of the student center. Have you ever heard of Instant Chat? Oh yeah, I use it. Oh my god.
Where are you? Come on, you.
So
go.
It's weird because I wrote parts in for everybody I knew at the time. Yeah, it's one of those things like you open the secret office this guy has. You open the door. He walks out and then he opens the door behind him. It's just a regular bathroom.
Yeah.
How does he do that?
Okay.
Oh, funny.
What?
Yeah.
One of these days, I wanna see if we can find that copy of Much Ado About Nothing we have on Blu-ray.
What's that? Run that by again.
I want to find that copy of Much Ado About Blu-ray that we have on Blu-ray.
I actually did. I'm sorry, I was interrupting you.
I recall there's a rift back over here somewhere.
I actually did manage to pitch it to NBC. So I got it as an email pitch, but they rejected it.
Oh well. There we go. Oh, this is a mistake.
There's another idea
Yeah.
I had for a script about a motivational speaker named Stockton Wells. He has like captains of industry, like
Yeah.
presidents. I owe everything to Stockton Wells. You see, without him, I would never have had the motivational drive to achieve everything all my dreams. Yeah. But there's just one secret. I'm a complete fraud. He gives advice to everybody, then he does the exact opposite of what he tells people, and then it works out for him.
Okay.
All those guys have two like surnames: Stockton Wells, Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins, or whatever.
Yeah.
Stockton Wells.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these you got on the battle pass. You got other ones are freebies. Just get the experience points. Like this one, I need to get 2 more levels, and then I can get another 100 V-Bucks. And I don't know.
Fishy.
Glider's always fun, but There's only like 2 skins in this entire thing, at least, but interesting, and they have nothing to do with Eminem or Snoop. Or this Ice Spice gal. Like, who the hell?
Oh yeah, she's got a big butt.
I don't know. I mean, when they first showed, because I got booted out during the live event, so I had to watch it on Cypher PK stream for a while. And it comes in is that Nicki Minaj? It's like, no.
Ice Spice,
Yeah.
whoever she is. One of the things I just got the urge to watch Back to the Future just now again. I don't know why. I don't think it's a bad time to ever watch that.
Yeah.
That's always fun to watch.
Yeah.
People always point out some of the anachronisms, like, oh well, you do know that Gibson ES345 he plays, that's really a 59 and not a 55. I'm like, yeah, but nobody cares. I'm like,
yeah, there's a point where it's like, unless you're a real guitar geek.
Yeah, like yours truly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's something you can easily overlook. It just looks like a 50s. It's Chuck Berry used it. It's iconic. So okay. Chuck was using a Les Paul or
it's like you're watching Tor. That model didn't come out until 43.
James May actually wrote to Albert R. Broccoli when Goldfinger came out.
Yeah.
In this scene, the Aston Martin DB5 had Pirelli P6s. In this scene, it had P4s.
Oh God, but and then most of the things like how it was mainly with guns, but how in Dr. No, every gun is wrong. It is not what they say it is.
Yeah,
and it even changes from scene to scene.
Well, yeah, back then, like you didn't. Who cared?
Well, to an extent, it's like, okay, you can accept using a Walther PP instead of a PPK.
Yeah.
Because you're on the big screen. Sean Connery was not a small man, and a PPK is a small gun. So you put in this giant mitts, it would disappear.
Yeah. You only live twice. There's that Toyota that they had.
Yeah.
He originally it arrived on set. They built it specially for that film.
Yeah, well, they originally didn't have a convertible, but he was too tall, so they had to chop the roof off.
They said, give us 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and they cut the roof off, just for him.
Yeah, but it's like but one thing Dr. No is like where they're having to shoot the headlights out of the dragon on the island.
Oh yeah,
it's like, okay, it starts off, he's got the PP in his hand. But then in the close-up scene where kind of change the angle a bit, suddenly he got a Colt 45, and then somehow the Browning high power gets in there, and then after they get back, and then it's back to the BP. This is the same scene. No. Hold on, let's.
Mm.
No. Oh, that's right. Dummy, pay attention. Shields are already full. I can't add the shields that are already there. Okay. All right. Now what the hell? Well, okay. Not going to Slurpy Swamp. It's a fun location, but no need to go there. And it's also just about in the storm zone. This joint's always kind of amusing. What's already been here?
Kaboom. Gotcha.
Kids, learn to aim. The bullets are not going to find their target on their own. You have to aim them. The crosshairs on the screen are there to help you. Oh, that's
I remember it was
fun. Yeah.
I remember it was pretty active in the PlayStation community for a while back in the years ago.
Yeah.
And there used to be all these kids that had these they used to pitch. A lot of them used to pitch ideas for a game. Oh, I got this great idea for a game. I'm like, yeah, nobody's gonna listen. This is back when you couldn't really make your own indie game.
Yeah.
But anyway, but one of the ideas that came up with, people kept coming up with, was a Civil War game or a Revolutionary War game. I'm like, really? Front-loading muskets and flintlock pistols? Oh, what's wrong with that? I'm like, it's too damn slow.
Or single shot, Springfield rifles. It's like
Most soldiers in the Civil War died of infections too. I'm like, you're gonna have a gangrene meter up on top of the. Oh no, he's got diphtheria.
And a lot of Confederate soldiers are smart. They got Winchesters. Okay. This is probably a mistake, but yeah. Okay. All right. Let's.
It's always an interesting bit of history. You had to buy your own uniform.
Yeah.
You would join your state militia. You'd buy your uniform, and you couldn't. You had to become a citizen of another state to fight in their militia. Which was all terribly complex and complicated, and it was a very kind of slow process, and which is why in 1903 we passed the Dick Act, which created the National Guard.
Well, they also had an issue once their term of service was over, they'd leave.
Yeah.
In the middle of the battle, no, I'm done.
See ya.
My service ended at 12 o'clock at 12:05. I don't care if they're shooting at me. I'm thinking.
You used to have, and
I'm tapping out, boys. Let me out.
And you
all have fun.
You probably already know that bit of history, but for those listening at home, it was the first real war where there was mass conscription.
Yeah.
And you used to have rich, wealthier people would pay somebody to go fight.
Yeah.
Rich. There was a slogan: "Rich man's war, poor man's fight."
Okay. Something resembling a rifle here.
I had a teacher that said, these rich plantation owners, they would literally, they would pay somebody, they would literally watch the battle from their window.
Oh yeah, they're cutting frequently. That whole entire family's out there, to picnic lunch, watch the battle. Yeah. Of course, when the battle got out of hand, it got rather ugly, Wrong direction. Hold on.
Oh God.
I was wanting to check out, see where they're building that gas station yet, but nope, not yet. No. Little. Okay. I notice with Sweaty Sands, they're finally building that gas station that supposed to be there. Let's see if they can end up here.
Oh, gee. Without giving away too much information, do you have a Santiago's near you, or is that just down in near Longmont? And
I know I've seen the sign here and there, so yeah, I'd have to check.
They had pretty good food.
Okay.
Pretty good. They had darn good food.
Yeah. Okay, now it's around here. There's going to be a gas station at some point. I think it's kind of weird because this is a chapter 2 map as it first started. I came in on season 3 where they've already built up a lot of stuff. So it's kind of weird going to this, like, okay, this is where this is going to happen, and they're going to change this, and
I still have. I don't know if you ever played Arma.
Nothing, no.
Arma 3. I still have Arma 3, which I haven't downloaded and haven't played yet. It's a terribly complex military shooter.
Yeah.
So that you really have to be motivated in the right frame of mind to play that. It used to be called Operation Flashpoint.
Yeah. Now I've got one of the versions of Call of Duty on here. I think I got as far as installing it, but I haven't actually to run it yet. It's rather involved. Ooh, hello.
Hi.
There.
Oh, hi.
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen Frasier tonight. I just about died laughing.
I'm still
Frasier,
waiting. Yeah, the reboot one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm still waiting for if they get renewed or keep rolling there. That eventually they get David Jason to show up in a cameo bit because one of the co-stars, Nick Lyndhurst. So now, you familiar with the British sitcom Only Fools and Horses?
Actually, I am not.
It was a big one, but him and David Jason were the stars of it. That's a huge show, huge hit.
I heard Roz is on the reboot of Frasier.
They brought Roz back. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
I used to think of Roz.
Yeah.
I believe Patty Heaton has also showed up on there.
And something, yeah,
I used to like Roz. I'm like, oh, she's kind of. I digged her because she had a lot of moxie, as they used to say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's still some mileage in that character too. What they've done with her, it's like, yep. This is not a character they've used up by any means. Apparently, they've had a little fun with it because get one recent storyline, the revelation that one of the guy they used to work with back in in Seattle is gay. It's like, that Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Because the actor Will Patton has been openly gay for years, but Mad Dog was a nutcase.
Oh God!
And then a big thing about where Oz. Okay, well that would follow. Okay.
Oh, she's still very pretty.
Oh
Roz.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what have I got in 4 here? No, Sniper does a lot more damage than. All right, where is it?
Yeah, everybody was nuts over Daphne. I was more of a Roz kind of guy.
Yeah. Daphne seemed a little more approachable type of thing. Like Daphne was the type that I could see myself getting. There's no way I wouldn't get anywhere near Roz because just so far out of her league. It's like she'd probably kill me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's I always say there's you got to bet big to win big.
Yeah. It was like, what a way to go.
Like Wayne Gretzky used to say, you miss 100% of the. Who's that? Michael Jordan used to say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, somebody's coming at me. All right.
Oh, have you ever heard of DayZ?
I don't know.
It's an interesting kind of game. It's a survival game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a massive open world survival game, and you.
Okay, I got dinged from somebody here.
It's the typical post-apocalyptic kind of survival, but the catch is you make all this progress, but if you
Mhm.
if you die, you
Mhm.
start over.
Uh,
I'm like, yeah, that's kind of ruins the
Mm.
ruins the thing.
yeah.
Mm.
Have a big incentive to not die. Yeah.
hmm You can like link up with people, and you can
Mhm.
come. Yeah, you help each other, but
Mhm.
yeah, everybody's just a dick. So
Yeah. Well, frequent comment I meant when they would do surveys with this game. They do a thing. What do you like about certain, like the zero build and everything? But what don't you like about? I always make a point of finding social behavior of other players.
oh god, Grand Theft Auto is online.
Mhm.
That's absolutely the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the point now. I just play solo session
Mm-hmm.
just so I can money grind because it's. Yeah, I'll forego the interaction. I'll forego all the other
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah, I just want to be playing peace.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Okay, we're that close to leveling up here. So.
The worst thing they ever added was the orbital cannon.
Oh.
Mm.
So people can nuke you from space.
Yeah, that sounds like a problem.
Yeah. Well, the it has like a 24-hour cooldown, which is actually good.
Mm.
They've put some restrictions on it, and
Mhm.
it cost a lot to use, but
Yeah. Mhm.
oh, just the idea of
Mhm.
is terrible.
Mm.
Mm.
The flying motorcycle, the oppressor, is actually
Mhm.
pretty bad. People just right. You're supposed to use it as a money grind vehicle, but
Mhm.
they just fly around and grief people with it.
Yeah. Mm. Now, there's a lot of aspects of this game that are just, because like there are things where like things that happen in this game are just plain out no unapologetic glitches. Like the ability to ride a missile, you know.
So yeah,
And they say, hey, it's popular, it's fun. No, we keep it.
like Slim Pickens, wahoo!
Yeah, it's like keep someone like the rocket launcher is in the game currently. And if you do it right, you have someone fire out, and you jump up and you can ride the missile across the map.
Oh wow!
Used to be a bug, now it's a feature. So,
Mm.
okay, let's drop in on. Actually, let's get on here. Hit the llama I just saw. I think nope, not a llama. It's a shack. Okay. Okay, it looks like they are proceeding with the gas station. So yeah.
Hey.
That's like sometimes. Trying to get the hand to work right. My left hand is such that there's no way I can work a controller.
Mm.
Here we are. Hello. Okay, and no, not in there today.
No, this is interesting. Lisa Kudrow originally auditioned to be on Frasier
Aha.
as the Roz character.
Huh. Okay.
Mm.
That would have been interesting. I think the decision on that was that no, you're too identified with the Friends.
I don't think Friends wasn't. I don't think might have been around the same time because they kind of premiered at the same time, didn't they?
It was it was close. Well, she'd already had the character Ursula on.
Yeah.
But then they ended up making Phoebe's twin sister. But I think, no, you just don't strike us as, the sultry type. Perry Gilpin, we can believe her. She's believable as a slut, okay? I don't know if you caught this one. There was some anniversary special that Paramount did on UPN for Star Trek.
Oh boy!
And they did a sketch with the cast of Frasier, and it kind of worked in their favor. The fact that Kelsey Grammer wasn't available, so they had to have it with. So they had to do it with Kate Mulgrew doing the opening log entry. So they didn't quite know what was happening first. But she does a thing, and then you hear, Malone goes, talk. We're going to do something or what? So, and then cut to on stage where you see the whole group. And it's like the entire cast, except for, Kelsey Grammer.
Wasn't Kelsey Grammer in the Next Gen episode?
Yes,
yes, he was.
Cause and Effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or is that called, I think.
See, that's how you
their version of the Deja Vu sketch on Monty Python.
See, that's how you do a cameo without drawing too much attention to yourself.
Yeah. And they were discussing the idea of having Kirstie Alley in there as standing right next to Grammer. It's like, is that Savick? Yeah, but and they figured, I think Kirstie might not have been available, but also like that's too close. Okay, that's pushing it just a little too much of the fan service.
That's somebody we lost too soon.
Yeah. Oh, Kirstie was a hoot.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta get going here before the storm rolls in as it's about to. First, I gotta find a way out of here. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I read through this and I kept thinking all the changes that we got. This place turns into a full-blown armed camp if we get further into there. I think they're only going to go up as far as season 3 of changes. Damn it. All right. Where's the jackass? I had the wrong gun. Let's get back to the lobby for a bit.
Yeah, another one that died too soon was Kelly Preston.
Man. Now I'm gonna come out of nowhere. I didn't know she was sick.
Yeah.
Okay, one more level and I can get the extra V-Bucks. Let's... What else we got here? Figure that's a good label, for Captain America.
Oh, for God's sake.
What?
Let me see what. Guitar fetish.
Oh my word! That Captain Marvel looks more like Brie Larson.
No, there's actually it's going to show up and was definitely modeled the Greek Brie Larson. She really no. No, this version of Carol really doesn't look much like her. I don't think I'd erased her likeness yet.
Yeah, Brie Larson, I am not a big fan of.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
She has negative charisma. She's a personality black hole. I've never seen someone.
Yeah, it's like really doesn't look much like her at all. Yeah.
I've never seen someone that is so unpersonable than she is, and I'm sure that if at least at her in her public persona, and I'm sure if you met her, she'd probably be very very nice, very lovely young lady.
It wouldn't be bad to hang out with, really, but otherwise, like.
But she has like no she is not media savvy at all.
Not really. Let's see. Yeah. Let's make sure I got the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are not the ones that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of redoing stuff here. Yeah.
Tylenol's finally doing something. That's good.
Ow.
I mean, they screwed up the lobby so badly. Then it's like, now we gotta, get it all fixed here. All right. Oops. No. Back that up here. I had one labeled as the Batmobile.
So much for being able to pay rent on this check.
We better pay rent on this check when you get us back online.
Bob.
Hmm.
Don't forget, you're not only facing the overdraft plus the overdraft charge.
God, I still get pissed off when they charge. You're charging me for to get my access to my own money.
Mm-hmm. No, we have no choice but to pay the rent on this one, or we're really in deep. Okay.
Well, how are we going to do that if you get socked with overdraft charges?
Well, they changed. It's not like it's going to be every day. It's going to be one $35 charge, and then
You better hope so.
But it's also like, don't do anything, because
I'm already having to take another float out just to.
I know.
Cover the rest of the cable bill. And I believe
Batman. That's actually a cool skin.
Yeah. Let's save all this.
Oh yeah, and I also have to cover the insurance bill.
Yes, I know. Well, I'm tempted to say just cancel the damn insurance for now because the thing's dead. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I have to start it up all over again. So that's why we just tend to put up with it. There's a funny amount here at the end.
I think I still have that Insurify app on here. Maybe we could find some way to get the insurance down a little bit more.
Worst Halloween costume ever. I was Batman. Like, I don't know what I was thinking there. I rented. Actually, I had the money. I rented the costume, and it looked cool. And then I put it on,
Not so good.
No, you have to wear a onesie underneath. You have to put. I had to put cornstarch in all the. It was all made of rubber.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
I had put together a full Batman costume at one point. It wasn't bad.
and you had to, like I said, you had to put cornstarch on all the rubber parts to get it on and off.
Nah.
And
I
it would
remember one.
it would start to seep out of every opening in the costume. So it was all
Yeah.
white and black. But then I looked around, I'm like, okay, I've got nowhere to put my wallet or my keys. I should have thought of this better. I should have got a fanny pack.
I planned that. I got a black fanny pack just specifically
Yeah.
so I'd have my utility belt.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't think that far ahead.
What I was surprised is you cannot drive in that.
No,
It's
no,
the,
you cannot.
the Tim Burton stuff, and it's like, nope, again. And the idea was because I was driving school buses, I was going to have fun with the kids,
Yeah.
So they had Captain Howlin' when they got on, but I had to take it off in order to drive.
If you watch that first movie, he actually is moving very rigidly.
Oh yeah, no,
you can't move in the thing.
So they had to learn how to work the suit.
Yeah. I'm like, this is not a good way to fight crime.
Yeah.
Honey.
They called it the bat turn, to the entire turn.
Honey,
Mm-hmm.
you remember that time when I got you that V for Vendetta mask and the V for Vendetta face mask? During the lockdown.
Well, I've got it over there somewhere. I've got at least have a one.
Their biggest priority. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say.
Their biggest priority
to illustrate the absurdity of the face mask by wearing the V for Vendetta mask and then wearing the face mask over it.
The biggest priority they had when they designed the suit for the Dark Knight movies was that Christian Bale could move his head.
Yeah. Oh, that piece of advice that he gave to Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
That make sure they put in a zipper.
Yeah, so you can take a leak.
That's something they kind of ignored when make sure they put a zip in there. There's one thing they always forget about, All right, let's get cheated up here.
Christian Bale did all his interviews for Batman Begins with an American accent. So
yeah, because it's kind of the American character should let's maintain maintain for the sake of the character, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I did when he was talking about when he
Bell was out here.
When he let me finish up here, but it's talking about when he was because he just come off like one of the, I think it was like American Psycho or something where he was just horribly thin. And you to put on some weight. Okay, you start, and he went a little overboard. And he gets in, he's just a bear at that point. And the crew's at cross. Supposed to be Batman, not Fat Man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I gotta say, what he did after the theater shootings was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
yeah, he could have just gone ahead and just made the statement and that's it. But
no, he came out here for Hold that pose. All right, smile, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I remember seeing a picture of him and his wife leading a little prayer service at the memorial outside of the theater.
Did
Well, Well, like I said, he should come out here. I think he was already booking the plane before they even made the suggestion. He needs to come out here and be with the fans at the work.
My big thing is, like I said, yeah, you can be a little nutty, but it's there's a clear separation between between a guy like that, his movie roles and his personal life. I wish people would just realize that more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was one kid who was who was a casualty in the theater shootings that actually had a promising stand-up career going when it happened. Now it's like he's in a chair, he really can't do anything. It's like that just makes me hate the Aurora Theater shooter more.
Well, something that kind of there was a girl who worked. She was an up and comer, working, broadcasting student. Was interned at the local Fox station in the sports department. And great guy,
Yeah, she was an intern at the Fan.
Yeah. I think she may have been, a student at the school I went to. So that one kind of felt a little personal.
Yeah.
God, I gotta send a text to my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
He's an electrician's apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
So of all people that have a soldering iron, he's gonna be the one.
Mm.
He better have one, otherwise, what the hell is he doing being an electrician?
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't get to take the equipment home.
I just gotta solder one connection in my in this guitar I have, because the volume pot there's a loose connection. I did the sensible thing. It says, let me open up the control cavity, see what's going on. I just jiggled the wire around. I'm like, there's the problem.
There we go.
Little dab of solder, and that should take care of it.
All right.
Oh, they got I got a email from the Rockin' 1000 thing that I signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
There's a jam session in Brooklyn in a couple weeks. I'm like,
there we go.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go now, because I don't want to commit either way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you sign up and then you can't make it, they won't let you do anything for a year. So whatever I sign up for, I'm gonna be damn sure I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they have a smaller events. It's not always the big.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was one time when we won some tickets to a concert at Red Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up not even being able to see the show because
there's a Godier show up at but yeah, it was like the way Red Rocks is set up. It's like up at the top. We had to park up at the top, so you can just handicap parking. Like gentle breeze in there, but by the time you get down there, you get kind of a Venturi effect, because it narrows in, and by the time you get down close to the stage, you got hurricane force winds blowing in.
Oh yeah.
I crashed out into a small wall at the very top. I'm crashed out behind that like it's the fucking Tet Offensive.
Yeah.
You just can't even get down to the so we had to bail.
The metal
out in the bathroom.
Yeah.
The New Jersey Meadowlands, the old Giant Stadium.
Uh-huh.
It used to be, I swear to God, it was 10 degrees colder inside the stadium than it was in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
I went to one game with my brother Mark. I don't know how we got tickets. The last game before, was it Thanksgiving weekend? I'm not sure when it was.
Mm-hmm.
When they played the Redskins, they got the first play of the game. They fumbled inside the end zone. They fumbled inside their own end zone on a kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the third quarter, they were getting blown out. And then they
Mhm.
turned the ball over again. I was like, and there was the Redskins scored a touchdown. We said, okay, that's it. We're done. Let's leave.
Mhm.
It was so I'd never been that cold in my life. The
Dang it!
concrete,
God damn, I'm getting drilled here.
the concrete is that the saying is it would just
Motherfucker, asshole.
it was so cold that it would just
Oh,
bleed up into your
God.
shoes. They were calling out for volunteers to shovel out the
Mhm.
stadium that weekend because there was a
Yeah.
blizzard.
Mhm.
They did a very good job of it.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Speaking of blizzards, I still remember that
Mhm.
our first time we got sent home because of a blizzard.
Yeah.
Oh, that used to be great fun. We used to when you were a kid in the school
Yeah.
there'd be a snowstorm
Yeah.
and you get sent home early.
Well, typical DPS situation, but they knew damn well what kind of snow was going to happen. But the old joke is, that if the superintendent can make it to his car, school is on.
Yeah.
Which is a mandatory. If the superintendent can make it to his alarm clock or phone, the school is on. They even leave the house. So that not until after everyone has already slugged, gotten through traffic to get to the damn school, get to the terminal, then they decide to send everyone home. So we got to do it all over again, assholes.
Yeah, I had just clocked in, I think.
Yeah.
That's when Steve Clark came out and announced that,
I'm thinking my mom was a teacher for DPS for about 20 some years.
You would live.
Same sort of thing when I was, because I'm going to school in Jefferson County, but she worked in Denver. Clear across town, Ashley Elementary, which is out by Stapleton Airport. We were in Golden Lakewood area. So my dad had just gotten back from taking her all the way out there. Then they decide, okay, school's out, and he called up to shoot him out. Now I got to go back over there to bring her home.
Man. Yeah.
You could have decided this at 5:00 this morning, you son of a bitch.
You'd always be glued to the radio, and they would announce, Hampton Public Schools closed.
Mm-hmm.
Winchester Academy, 45-minute delay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the big thing I remember about his first time,
hey, Aaron.
Coming home, for a blizzard, was the fact that he was getting paid for, for just sitting around on his ass in his underwear.
Well, school's out, snow's,
All right, I have to go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right.
Same here.
Headphones down there so you don't have to hear me.
Oh, that's half the fun. Did I hear total flush? Okay, I need to get me another soda here, so I'll be back in a bit. Oh, Lord.
Can you grab me one and put it in the bathroom?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, and grab my plate.
All right.
Yeah. It's nice to have Rob Becker out.
You are free from Mecca. Rejoin us.
Well, I don't know. He's still helping her out with all her shit. So I wouldn't quite call that free. A gal who played Marty's sister in the bathroom.
Let me get back in for a second again, Tails.
Anyway, that gal who played Marty's sister in Back to the Future.
Yes.
She's another one who died way too soon.
Yeah.
Same kind of cancer that Kelly Preston had.
Yeah, it's a nasty one. Oh.
So no more gaming tonight?
That's enough for now.
Yeah.
The point we're already leveled up, and it's like most of the the quick experience point things are kind of out, so it just sort of diminishing returns at that point.
Oh, damn it! Ow. Oh, God damn it! Ow. Oy.
Now with a little distance, we can afford to be nice to Mecca. And it's like, no, we don't want horrible things,
Yeah.
But like right in the thing of it, so again, suddenly the Sam Kinison team makes a lot more sense. Oh God, I hate you! I just want to live.
Oh, I just want to live. You want to run out of the car screaming.
Dueling Kinnisons again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dueling Kinnisons. Actually, there was that sketch from Living Color or where Mad TV at home with the Kinnisons. Oh God.
I remember it was an old SNL sketch with dueling Brandos. It was Burt Reynolds and John Belushi both doing their Brando impressions. That's the Burt Reynolds got early on, before the mustache. The mustache regularly looked a lot like a young Brando.
Yeah.
Oh, remember that one picture I saved? That picture of Burt Reynolds' Cosmo.
Oh, his Cosmo spread, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that cost him the Oscar for Deliverance.
When I remember when I went to a doctor, they had to take an EKG. I mean, all right, roll over your side. Like, you want me to do the Burt Reynolds? My shirt was off. Like, you want, yeah. He goes, yeah, actually, yeah, do the Burt Reynolds. He goes, that's probably the best position to be in there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what Ryan Reynolds, posed during, when he was doing all those pictures of.
Well, certainly the first shot of the costume, it's like
Deadpool,
to reassure fans, hey, we're going to do this right this time.
Man, I wish all of these guys were that dedicated to that, to a role like that. Dear God, I remember they started
doing research for it. Hey, I like this character. I want to play this character. And then they said, what the fuck have you done? Because the leaked trailer they did, well, CGI. But the very end, when the cold go plunk, and then the real and it's like, they did some kind of line, and the end said, "Hi, Tom." It was the Tom Rothman. It's
Tom,
yeah. Who was stonewalling doing a Deadpool movie.
We actually, when I was with the old podcast, not the most recent one, but the one I used to do, Reality Wasted, we talked about that, how Tom Rothman behind their back had all the Wolverine sets repainted because he thought it was too dark. And he just wanted to cram in as many characters as possible, thinking that, maybe we get. He really didn't, because he really didn't get it. And when I used to do the Tom Rothman impression, I used to thought he was this really kind of little nebbishy guy who was just overwhelmed by the job. I don't understand. With the Deadpool, he's got such a potty mouth. Why can't we make nice movies?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's George Clooney. He's a nice man, isn't he? He would never be in the superheroics.
They wanted to get Clooney for Nick Fury.
Oh yeah, but that would be cool.
But in his research, he came across an issue where Nick was doing something very, very foul, like killing kids or something. No, that wouldn't do this character. People always, of all the issues you could have picked up, you picked up that one.
Oh, honey, when you do finally get a newer car,
Mhm.
Can we make a trip
Or at
back
least
to
they're working on
Illinois?
Get one that can make that trip.
Because I really want to go back there.
Metropolis, Illinois, right across the border from Kentucky.
Yeah.
But they have embraced Superman and since the 70s.
Freaking. There's a town in like in Canada called Vulcan.
Yeah, there's no seal town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vulcan. They have Spock days.
Yeah, because the steel
And
mill's
then,
been shut down for a long time. But
and then, of course, there's Riverside, Iowa.
yeah, they do it.
Yeah. It just makes me wonder what did they do in Chevy Chase, Maryland?
Ooh, hang their heads in shame these days. I think.
Yeah, Riverside. Yeah. No, I'm from Iowa. I work in outer space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Vulcan. Vulcan, Alberta, or Yellowknife, or whatever it is. Yeah, small town, maybe about a few thousand people at the most.
And that is soon to be a big destination, Sandusky, Ohio. Because that's where they're settling the Star Trek Continues sets.
Oh, really?
In the Sandusky Mall.
Oh.
That right now the store is taken up by a Spirit Halloween thing.
Oh.
It was the TJ Maxx, but they moved over a bit, so there's an empty spot and there and there. So they're waiting for them to get out, and then they start setting up.
Dean Martin's from Sandusky, Ohio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It took a while to convince Ray Tessie, the guy who owns the set. Said, I'm not moving to Sandusky. He lives in Boca Raton. But the more they kind of pitched it, it kept coming back up.
The
thing is, Kingsland, Georgia. It's a nice town, but it's like once you've seen the sets, what do you do? There's not much down there.
Yeah.
Not really.
That was actually kind of the thing about Mount Rushmore. Once you see Mount Rushmore, what do you do?
Yeah, it's like you can only hang out at the visitor center so long. But at Sandusky, they got a few water parks. They got all kinds of stuff there. You're right on the lake, Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much more of a touristy friendly place, and of course, it's at a major mall. So even just there's stuff to do besides just see the sets. And one thing I think was probably a deciding factor. Literally right across the way in the mall is the headquarters for the International Federation of Trekkers.
Oh, okay.
It was a long-standing, Star Trek fan club. They got a little storefront there. So I meant volunteer workforce right across the hall, right across the walkway there. Like, these guys will pay you. Okay.
Yeah, they will.
And I think that something, I think a close approximation of, how well the sets will fit inside the thing. I think that they might be able to really get it properly laid out this time. Because the way they should be doing pretty much the way they were on Stage 9 and at Desert. Because unfortunately, the way it was in Kingsland, engineering was kind of at the opposite end and off to the side. Because the way it's supposed to go, let me just see if I can pull up a picture here. Oh, wait a minute. Just instead of firing up my graphics program.
Yeah, I still remember when we got to see the Mork and Mindy house.
Well, yeah, it's a Victorian style house in Boulder.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, it was like one of two destinations where Robert Williams fans after he passed away.
Yeah.
The other ones
one thing I kind of like is that at least the interior sets looked like they could plausibly fit the outside of the house because you have the two windows and the doors there. All right, where are we? Because here we go. Let's pull that up here.
Okay. Oh, I'm really actually enjoying this headset here.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
All right,
It's
where am I?
probably some of the better money I spent.
Yeah, unfortunately, I broke a set of headphones I was using, so
Mm.
these are old. So the cord's a little short, so I have to lean forward a bit. But yeah, look at this thing. Because unfortunately, the way it's set up, what was set up in Kingsland, engineering is up here. I don't know what this all is. Somebody did some modifications. That's not the same. But engineering was way over down where it says Star Trek on the bottom there. There's it's back over there. The bridge is close to this location on the set, but but you'd walk in the thing over here was engineering. Down to toward the bottom was in, and then you go to the and the rest of it's all laid out the same.
Mm.
And let me see if I can find a better picture here.
Yeah, remember when you won that set of Star Trek Continues?
Actually, yeah, that was. Let me open this up in there.
That was during our first time.
That was there, and Vic was Vic showed up, and he was doing a little trivia contest for winning a set of all 4 DVDs of the Star Trek Continues, sir. And I got it, and got it handed straight to me. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, Vic was such
Vic's a nice guy. Yeah, the bridge was a little closer in. Engineering was way the hell down. And something that I put, and they got picked up by another YouTube channel where they're talking to Ray, and I got quoted, and it's like pointed out that the Ticonderoga sets, James Colley and the Phase 2 bunch.
Yeah.
Those are all finished up. You got plasma screens on the bridge. Everything is nice and pretty. They're all 4 walls are there, and they got sound effects piped in. That's a fine little museum quality experience of what it's like to be on the ship. You want to know what it's like to be on stage and on a Desilu, go to these sets. They don't look as perfect as they in there. You got a wall missing for where the camera comes in. If the transporter room, it's like the little rocker switches. Be careful, you'll go right into the console. Like this with a more accurate representation. These are working sets, and this is more because I bet Shatner's constantly going to the Ticonderoga. That's it. You take him down these sets, and he'll start getting flashbacks. Like for the longest time, they didn't even have a view screen. They would if they need, they would do a CGI thing, but they didn't have any need to have an actual view screen on the bridge. Now they do. They finally raised enough money and then built an actual view screen, working view screen on the bridge. But a lot of times there's like the piece of green screen there, and they insert it when needed.
You still got that picture from when you were up there the first time?
Hold on here. It's part of the ritual of when you get on a bridge of the Enterprise type of thing. First, let's get past these pictures. You don't need these. Let's pull this up here. Oh, stop that. Here we go. Pull that, and it's kind of mandatory. If you're on the bridge, you got to do the pose. You got to situate yourself with a hand of thing.
Yeah, the funniest part was your shirt.
Yeah, it's a reference to Axonar. Thanks a lot, Alec. And on the back of it is the list of all the guidelines that came down. Because that nitwit decided to play fast and loose with things and piss off CBS.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a nice chair. Okay. It is a bit of a step up, especially with mobility issues I got. But once you get there, yeah. And unfortunately, a lot of people get a little. They start doing the rocking, and frequently they break the chair. So you come back, later the next day. There's white, there's yellow, caution tape around saying you can't sit in the chair. Somebody broke it. And actually, this is not the chair they used in the series. That one is Vic Mignogna's got it at home.
Yeah, I still wish I would have been up there for when you met BJ.
Yeah, that would have been good, but unfortunately, medical expediency said elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in a hospital up in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, from the accident you had.
Well, there's complications from afterward. She just couldn't make it, so they had to drop her off at Jacksonville, and I soldiered on to Kingsland, just a few hours away, or not an hour away.
Yeah, the one bright spot though was actually got to talk to Vic twice.
Well, yeah, I got him to call, a couple
that was
times.
nice.
Yeah.
Star Wars franchise sale on Steam, 80% off.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm like, is there anything I'd really want?
I need to see if I can get this joystick to work so I can get the X-Wing Squadron. But I really don't want to try and do that with a keyboard. I want to do it with the joystick.
Freaking the Tylenol I took is finally kicked in. That's better. I can't move too quickly though.
Yeah, well, I'm actually starting to hurt a little bit myself. Not as bad as you, mind you, but
no.
Hold on, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, something. The Paramount Stage 9 is not the same as Desilu Stage 9. That's something that a lot of people don't quite. No, Desilu Stage 9 is now Paramount Stage 23. Okay.
Yeah, and this actually bring this up because I remember there was an episode of Voyager where Neelix and Chakotay were aged rapidly.
Yeah.
And they were just like two old guys sitting around. Yeah, it hurts when I do this. But yeah, it hurts when I do this.
Yeah.
They're like two guys comparing aches and pains.
Yeah. Well, the old joke is, it hurts when I do this. Well, don't do that.
Yeah, well, my problem was caused by many, many years of riding around on school buses with shitty shocks.
Well, it wasn't so many years to do that. It's just a couple of bad years of taking a bounce in the wrong time. Found out the padding and the seats in the back of the bus are not that great to begin with. And it's the back of the bus that really does the wham-ham, because that's where there's no weight. Let's see.
Yeah, so quite literally, my pain is a pain in the ass. So sitting up can be rather uncomfortable at times.
That's a dinky little picture. Oh, one guy did a video trying to find the little 40-acre lot where they did, Andy Griffith Show and Hogan's Heroes and all that. And it's like there's nothing left out there. There's like the streets are there, and then maybe a fire plug or two, but otherwise, it's completely been taken over.
Oh,
I remember I drove by Paramount when I was out there, though. It's like along Melrose, and it's like there's still the big remnants of the art when it was RKO at that corner, because you still got the globe there, which they'd have the tower. The tower's gone, but they still got that half globe there. Let's see, is there a big picture? Here we are. This looks like
it. Oh, God. Ow. You remember the first time we went to
No, that's a different story.
Titanic exhibit, honey?
Yeah, well, it was the middle of June, so and very hot. So when they get winding your way through and they show you a big old block of ice, which is supposed to represent the iceberg, didn't have the same effect. Because at that point we're going, oh, ice, oh, we like your ice. Roses were killed. No, we like this. People, their fingers, because they're grabbing on the damn thing. Petting the iceberg. Yes, we like it. They're like, the air conditioning's fine, but not good enough. It's like, it's fucking hot today.
Oh. Well, speaking of heat.
Oh, and in case it was one, we kind of solved my transportation problem mainly by getting set up so when the day comes I can get a day pass for the bus. About $5 I can get downtown, get where I need to, drop off my timesheets and still get paid Thursday.
Wow.
No, we're going to get back on track. I have to pay the rent Thursday because we're still technically behind.
Yeah. Well, I still got to pay your cable bill.
Don't worry about the cable bill. Right? That can, that can stand. You already paid the passengers. They can sit for a while. Take care of that on the next check.
Yeah, like I was saying a minute ago, the heat down in Kingsland, Georgia kind of led to one of my most embarrassing moments.
Yeah, a bit of a pratfall out by the bridge, actually. They had an area next to the couch and where they did some of the makeup stuff. And she kind of went down over there. So.
Yeah, talk about embarrassing.
Because it's just a warehouse they're in. No real air conditioning to speak of. And have fans going, but it's like, hot studio lights in there.
Yeah, not a lot of
air circulation, and it's like that's one thing with the sand. Is like with the mall where they're at, heat and air conditioning year round. They've got their own bathrooms, because one thing they had recently at the place they're at is they had a water main break underneath, and so they lost water in there. So they had to do some rigging, some jury rigging of their own to try just to get the bathrooms working. And the owner of the place just wanted to get rid of the damn thing at that point, and they were after they wrapped up production. At one end, there's one company came in and would make egg roll. They made egg rolls. Which is interesting. I actually talked to one of the guys because we went down there about a week early, just to get the land. They know how to go down there and stuff. And said, "Is there anything?" And talked to a guy at the other end. Oh, we're not sure what they do over there. But, okay, fine. So saw a lot of stuff outside from previous things. I should have grabbed a few of them. But a few little Star Trek related scraps of stuff from I think previous fan gatherings. But one of the issues they would do is like when they were cleaning the place over on their side, they would power wash it with the hoses and thing as some of the water would come because engineering kind of abutted into the place on that end of the warehouse, and the water would come in underneath the partition. So like sometimes engineering is closed off because it's flooded. So you got the caution tape. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, but can't go in.
Out.
And the thing is, let me. What the hell? Let's pass a little time here. Let's pull up one of my Kingsland videos. I didn't do much when Bijo. I did a little bit on the bridge, where Vic was kind of holding court and Bijo pops in. Let's see.
Oh, God damn it.
Get past all this indie stuff. And and much grief as I get for, where'd you get off this kick? It's proven rather useful in down periods where there's not much Star Trek or Star Wars stuff to talk about. Like, I can deal with my own personal struggle with this poor schmuck in Seattle. It's like suckered into this thing. And oh, and the Cerritos model is now available for pre-order. In fact, they have a special edition of it directly from Auto World, where they have mocked up the box art to be just like when they had this episode where Tindy and Rutherford are building a model of the Cerritos, and they have the same box art for that. Okay, now we're getting there. Let's see if I can find something from the first one, though.
Oh.
No, that's one I got to redo.
No. Oh.
Let me see. Is that one on this?
I
got a Bugs Bunny DVD here. What's on this? You know, there's one episode of Bugs Bunny, Bugs Bunny cartoon you don't see a lot of.
Yeah.
It's with, well, it's not Bugs Bunny. It's actually Daffy and Porky. Called Rocket Squad.
Yeah.
You don't see it because they smoke a lot of cigarettes. I think that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
This one, Elmer's Cannon Camera, Wild Hair, Old Great Hair, Baseball Bugs, Hair Raising Hair, Daredevil Hair, 8-Ball Bunny, Rabbit of Seville. I freaking love that one. Rabbit Fire, Showbiz Bugs, Nighty Night Bugs, What's Opera Doc?
Oh, God.
Disc 2. What's on Disc 2?
Now I got a clip from What's Opera Doc where Elmer calls down the lightning and everything.
Be
Bye!
very quiet. I'm hunting wabbits. I used to see rabbits all the time, and I used to go kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. I'm not gonna actually kill the rabbit.
Yeah.
It's from Bugs Bunny.
What, you expect a happy ending for an opera?
What do you expect from an opera? A happy ending?
Yeah.
Disc 2, My Dream Is Yours. I don't know what that is. Sequence. How Bugs... Oh, this is
Here
on
we
the
go.
West. How One Wild West Sports.
Here we go.
Oh, wait, I could just take the insert out here.
Let's just get this
Let me see here. What's else on Disc 2? All new career profile. Okay. Original uncut invasion of the bunny snatchers, busting out all over. Okay, this is Carrot Blanca.
Oh, yeah.
Hair and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, my God.
What is that one?
We are on our way to Kingsland, Georgia. Couldn't make it Friday, but got the money now. We're heading up there now. It is right now about 10:30. We'll head there around 1. Still plenty of time of the day to get done what we can get done.
I got to replace that shirt.
Quite frankly, we could use some money for a
We can
hotel.
still use some more money here, guys. So, yeah, again, by the time this thing is up, we'll probably already be back. But always need more money, though. So. But hopefully get Corner Vic for a quick little interview, at least get the questions out of him. And I do plan on my little engineering tutorial in engineering. If I can avoid from falling down and stopping like a little baby on those sets. That's the thing. I've heard a lot of people like very emotional experience walking on there, and I'm not surprised if I do the same thing. Especially when I get to the bridge, get on that. Even though I know it's a work, this is a big thing between this and Ticonderoga. And God bless James Carley for what he's doing. And he finished all 4 walls and everything, and the complete bridge and all that. But that's not the reality of what Stage 9 was like at the time of the shooting of the show. Yeah, they had a complete bridge, but it was very rarely put all together. Because frankly, it was a pain in the ass for a director. You know, all the directors always want to come in and want to do the entire bridge, but there was a pain in the butt. So usually the view screen was off to the side somewhere, the rear of the panel somewhere. So yeah, I sit in that chair and I'm going to be looking at equipment. They never made a view screen for Sergeant Continues. They didn't need one. It was CGI. There's never a scene where they acquired the 2 guys standing in front of the view screen. So
I need my video here.
In that respect, a lot of them, they only built what they needed. The little rocker switches, they don't have enough for everything. They're moving it from room to room. They don't have chairs for every table there. They got to check them around. So in a way, if you want to, Ticonderoga is like the ideal. You said, apparently you're in clothes, everything is closed the whole time. You never see the outside walls when you're on this. Here, you're going to see it's the ugly side. And they are working, and these are still working sets. Ticonderoga is kind of frozen amber in that sense. They're always improving things. They're always adding things to it. But they're no longer doing production on those sets. These are still being used. And they're open for being used. Like I said, $500 deposit, and get the script approved, and you're ready to go. So we're charging up there.
Okay.
So got our full tank of gas. Enough money to eat on, probably. And hopefully, again, build Mr. Vic for a few questions here. And got stuff to autograph. Not Star Trek related. Turns out baby sister is not so much into Star Trek much, but she is big on Attack on Titan. And
actually, she is big on Star Trek, but
we dug up one character who played on Attack on Titan. Her excitement for this endeavor jumped by a few pegs. So we'll see how that goes when we get up there. Talk to you later. There's already somebody out here in a red shirt and phaser, so. And I have cleaned up some of the heap of magazines and stuff. Is not fun.
Yeah, there's a real big heap of cinematography magazine stuff.
To wander on in and see what we can see here. Let's bring it in slowly here.
Yeah, right inside the entrance, I had this shuttlecraft mock-up.
One thing at a time here before we get to the bridge. Nothing to see outside yet, though. Why is this grid on? Yeah, didn't have much in here, but yeah. I'm guessing this is somewhat reduced and also missing a couple scanners. So. All right. All right. First. Okay.
I always get a kick out of that.
Yes.
And I do believe we found your bed. Okay. Let's get a shot of you in bed, honey.
No, Kirk's quarters.
Yeah.
Did you see those pipes that said GN,
Yeah.
goes nowhere, does nothing?
Yeah, G and DN, yeah.
GN, DN.
Yeah.
It's okay. Oh, God.
It's not the most comfortable bed in the world, I'll tell you right now.
This is not just being weird. I actually lay down here. Usually, I wouldn't mind a room set up a lot like. In fact, I think I tried to set up my bedroom one time.
Yeah, I think my college dorm room I tried to set up like that somewhat.
All right, I got you.
There's a transporter chamber.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're on bloody phone for a while.
You got the stuff. Let's go. All right. And so we start.
Right off the hallway, down there.
Here.
Go back into the main corridor. And they point out they're trying to figure out exactly what the scale is. They figured out, wait, but these are all flats. Standard size, the same standard size back then they are now. So like, okay, these are 8x4. There we go. And from there we can get out the rest of the set.
Okay.
So they managed to get it within inches.
Yeah, I heard my quarters. Yep, see. And for the record, now I know what my serial number is. Okay. Although I don't know if it's a smart idea putting your serial number on the outside the door. That's even 25th century has got to have some concerns about identity theft. Oh, Jefferson going down. Ah. Welcome to the brig.
Mm-hmm.
That'll throw you in there. What happens? This is what happens. You don't follow orders properly, and can't follow basic camera directions. No. Yeah.
Don't come this way for a minute.
Yeah. Fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Throw you in there with Gary Mitchell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's Scotty Station.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who said the angle's got to be this, it's got to be that. That's okay.
All right. Nothing in there. Okay.
What does that say? This is
Clearly, somebody else has been filming here.
Yeah, that's a dreadnought.
So for now, I guess this is masquerading as a bridge of a dreadnought. Yeah, they can choose that.
Mm-hmm.
For all intents and purposes, here's the chair. So, we're gonna get around here. Building up to it. Keep it up around here. Okay. Moment of truth.
Believe it or not, I do like
About to reach an end here.
Where No Man's Gone Before is actually one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in it. All right. There we go.
Yeah, not a very high ceiling as far as
Okay.
shooting nowadays are concerned.
Yeah. I seem to have deactivated a few things, including the ability to swivel the chair. So, right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Captain April is on the bridge.
Yeah. All right.
Should have brought a selfie stick to get a little distance.
The captain can swivel around and see what's going on in every station. As opposed to modern day, let's say, misinterpretations where it's like everyone's, oh, I got great camera time, but you can't see what's going on from there. So, all right. Whatever. No one's going anywhere unless someone's at the
Live podcast?
a little bit. Well, not live, but for later.
Take a seat at the helm.
Sure.
I finally found out why it's
Pretty
called
much
a bridge.
as it was for real.
Oh wow!
Because the Ticonderoga sets, it's kind of idealized. You got the complete bridge all around, and sound effects piped in.
Then you got the green screen.
And well, yeah, they didn't need a view. They didn't need any scene here where Kirk and Spock are in front of the view screen.
Yeah.
So they didn't do one here. And normally on the actual set, it wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
It would be like this here. Well, this would be open air. You'd be a couple of movie cameras, a couple of cameras there, and a couple of Teamsters, and the director over here. Or according to Walter Koenig, it's like they're trying to some strange space anomaly out there, and one has someone's pipe is taped up that month's Playmate of the Month. Trying to get it down. I don't know what that is, Captain. Just to see if they can break up the kid, you know. Even though he was not the youngest person in the cast either.
Be the recycled.
Yeah, Koenig was 30.
that recycled B-roll that they would use of Walter Koenig in the back of his head and back of George Takei's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the place is lit.
Yeah, it completes the illusion.
Yeah.
It swivels some. It's not as much as it should, but yeah.
Spent a lot of years pretending to do this.
A lot of people fulfilling lifelong dreams here today.
Is your background in set design?
Nope. Professional model builder. This was just doing it in 1/1 scale.
We'll get to you in a minute.
No, so they had one set of the proper stairs on that side. That's the
Who
only
is this lady here?
I'm not just somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we get to
Oh, yeah.
One of many who just.
I used to have a tape that would loop.
Yeah.
And Ralph Miller put it together for us. So it
Yeah.
actually had voices in the background you'd hear. Rather than just the static noises.
Oh, yeah.
You'd hear people call out something.
Yeah. Those little stats. All right, another turbo lift here. And notice the angle is always in this direction. Because in this direction, I mean, it has a green screen, a bit of a green screen here, but yeah. So I guess you want to have an opening. But yeah, don't push that button. It's squishy.
Which button?
The intercom button. It actually collapsed on me. So
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah, kind of
So
melted almost.
here's where it came in. These doors are over there. Oh, yeah, just do the way. The Jeffries tube.
And they took away the little steps, so no, you cannot climb up in there.
So you wanted to go to the screening tonight?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Go now. And down here.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I tried rock climbing. Unsuccessfully.
Why don't you go back in and punch that address in? The address.
Oh, that. Okay. So notice here we got the doors to the hangar deck. Well, because you're leaving the ship. We'll get more later.
Okay, this is again something there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain's wife.
That's why, Ron Mary was interested in
You're
one
hearing
point.
that
They do have a
up
lot
front
of so
is one of the
he's
people
got
that
to
worked
leave
on
with
Star
someone
Trek
like that.
Continues.
But they decided to go a different direction.
Pretty sure she didn't catch the moment when I got this, so we'll just skip it.
And then we all moved in together.
And all those.
So there's four
Anyway, catch you
different
later.
houses right now.
And I'm done.
Morning, and we're going to be wrapping things up here. Some reshoots out there at the sets for stuff that kind of turned out to be unusable for various reasons we'll go into.
Oh, you can say it. It was my finger.
Yeah, and someone cannot keep the finger from covering the lens on the camera. So we got to get the tire aired up some, and then we're going to wrap up and probably hit the road kind of early. I'd like to stick around for Samuel's live scout. We'll see how it goes. Okay. This is the little things hiding around here. The Robin control panel. Quieter time today, so you should have more fun.
I think, did I actually, because at one point I did manage to skip around behind and actually get into the turbo lift on the bridge. I wondered, did I do it this time?
through this door, one would find the matter-antimatter integration circuits. I got fused. And that panel, some doohickey that supposedly induces things to work.
Yeah, the water would come in under that partition there and come in and flood them.
And you can wander back through after we do the tour. Take as many pictures as you want. So let's go on and move to the next area.
Create this up top. And we'll zoom in. Here. That's how I figure things work on this ship. Now, one thing I do agree with Doug is like under here somewhere, there's the warp core. But these do not lead to the nacelles. The angle's all wrong for one thing. And also, I don't think Matt was thinking. I think he was just thinking inside of a big giant engine. And again, it looks like you're inside of a great big gigantic engine or some sort of weird side of a big important.
I've always been confused about that. What is that? Is the what the dilithium chamber?
This is the dilithium chamber.
That's
Oh no, that's the dilithium chamber.
Normally under here.
But that big tunnel back there. What is that? What's that again?
Well, I figured.
Matt.
Well, I'll get to that.
The nacelles are that big.
Okay.
It's first the antimatter, then it goes to the lithium, then it goes to the engines, where it's used for turning the warp wheel. And that's my big. So what is this over here then?
Oh, okay.
I've dubbed this the main plasma transfer manifold, or something like that. Okay, so this transfers the power to the rest of the ship. And this is also takes care of the, because I had to, in doing my deck plans, which I one day will finish, I had to figure all the references, even the ones I didn't agree with, that seemed to indicate this has to do with the impulse engines. Most notably, Doomsday Machine, when he's got the doohickey on the panel over there. And he said, if I push this engine in, how did that blow apart? Well, obviously, because they already declared the warp drive was a hopeless piece of junk. So he's not doing the warp drive, he's doing the impulse engines. So what he's doing here in this case is he's, got the main reactor online, sort of, or he's channeling from the fusion reactors, which there are a few, going through the manifold here, and up to the impulse engines. Because also, see, they all came in through over here, and they climbed down into here. So yeah, but it also shows we're in the lower levels of the ship. So there's a lot of Franz Joseph nonsense we got to dispel, and one of them is that this is the primary hull next to the impulse engines. No, even Matt Jeffries said, asked me, where's the engineering? In the engineering hull. What kind of dummy are you?
Oh, look, yeah, something.
This was the big
the big arches over on the top of that, the ceiling work. Those are made out of foam. Oh, it's styrofoam. Because if those things were, they made it like even out of simple wood, the weight alone, if there's something happened, it would kill somebody if they fell down.
Okay.
And plus, just the mechanics trying to get it up there, but they figured out do it with styrofoam. You could pick it up with one hand and just get up there and and it's probably, I would not be surprised if they did something similar on the actual set. Because they couldn't really hang it from the ceiling of this place, so they had to do something cheap.
Fanfield, but because Ticonderoga is also very proud of their engineering set too. Although unfortunately they never got to use it because they shut down before it did. Before they got a chance to. Down here. Cut my push it hard to blow apart.
There's a few set of actual rocker switches on that set. Most of them are mock-ups.
This is one of the few cases where you'll find these rocker switches actually work on here.
Yeah.
A lot of them are frozen in place. Oh, hey, light work. Yeah, you might recognize this in a close-up in Balance of Terror, when a lot of places, a lot of products got reused, which would also make sense on a real ship. You'd have common equipment thing. Not everything would be specialized for that location. Because the modularity was a big component in the way Matt Jeffries thought. Plug-in units, so you'd have to somewhere. And now,
So normally that'd been the opposite end of this corridor I just walked into.
Go ahead.
I think I got the selfie stick at this
Look at
point.
engine, yeah. Sick bay. And hopefully get down here.
There was a dent on the wall there where during a
Lens flares.
fight scene, Vic Mignogna whacked his head against the wall.
Oh, jeez.
The dent is still there.
And try to match the colors as best you can. Well, actually, you know, because one thing about the old sets, they had to throw a lot of light back there because the film wasn't as good. It wasn't as sensitive back then. So, in actuality, these walls are a lot darker than they are. So they don't have to, the video camera and stuff, they're not quite as set. They're a lot more sensitive. They don't need to go nuts on the light. But people are shocked as how dark these things actually are in reality. And again, something that really doesn't belong in sickbay, a photon torpedo. And the cryo chamber from it still treads the shadow. I also found out a thing. No, that episode was not a plan to sneak in William Shatner onto one of these films. For one thing, they couldn't afford his fee, and he would not do it for free. You know that. If only for professional reasons, because if the word got out that he was donating his time for a fan film, that would pretty much kill any chance for a decent contract. And I'm still wondering about this other command chair over here. I guess, you know, there's also no lacking controls inside.
No, they never built McCoy's office. I never needed it.
Yeah. It's easy to get lost in here if I hadn't had this thing memorized since childhood of how this thing played out.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, let's go back to transport. And some of the earlier stuff was more useful.
Oh, and a little something that when Vic is doing the tours here, points out the pads on the transporter, you know, they're Fresnel lenses from, you know, stage lights.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you got a major studio, you got these things laying around, you're fine. But they don't have a major studio, so it's like, how are we going to? Well, they managed to get a hold of one, and then do resin castings of the other 5, or just do all 6. You know, so. And they show off the mold of the light they did.
In the middle of the glass, do not step on the ring on the outside. Right in the middle of the glass.
You got to be on the pad or it's not going to transport you.
Yeah, because that's just a simple plastic ring. It's rather fragile.
They do actually cycle, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, they're just sort of sitting there. They're not really fastened down.
And actually, when the transporter's working and kids are on the pad, it sends you back. For people, it sends you back to work.
Don't push them. Yes, they work. They're loose.
There is, it's not here right now, but there is actually a computer cable that hangs down. Plug a little laptop into it.
Yeah, it would not too much to put those rocker switches just right into the console because they're just kind of over a thing there.
They always make it look like those are a lot harder to move than they actually are.
There is some resistance there, yeah.
Yes. I was kind of like Scotty was always like both hands, very gingerly moving up, you know, or Kirkman was like working. Yeah. Get sturdy cancel, don't you? Yep.
I was thinking think of the enemy within now. Spock was in the transporter.
Yeah.
Very slowly, then it reaches the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you got somebody up here in the scene
Well,
like this, then the sound effect guy has to figure out which ones he's pushing to put sound effects in.
Yeah. The only extra clicky part is this part here, and like I said, this is loose, so don't push on that. Somebody had to. Whoops.
Yeah. See,
Exactly.
right there.
Get back in there. Yeah.
These are all,
Yeah. This is the reality of Star Trek production, folks. It's rickety. It's not perfect. It looks good on camera, but
And the original set was the same way.
Yeah. And
the studios threw the original set out because it wasn't worth keeping in their mind.
there may be some surviving bits and pieces of UCLA.
Bits and pieces. But
Flats.
The flats they repainted over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got the blueprints for what they had to designate.
Well, that's what they did back then. You just repurposed
Yeah.
whatever you.
It's just a
could.
set piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They may have repurposed the flats.
Yeah.
When I saw the real helm, the Smithsonian, they had let it sit out in the weather. It was all
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a video that building the Enterprise, which I wish I spent more time on the Enterprise than the other bits, but that helm console looks sad.
Yeah, it's now in the Pop Culture Museum in Seattle.
Pun not intended.
They do complete rehab on that poor thing.
Yeah, there's one thing I might get that DVD after all, but I'm kind of boycotting the thing because like I want to see the Enterprise that we see that model restored. This has been a sticking point with me for years. That damn model. Yeah, we just screening last night of the final episode, and this is a gut punch of a scene here where we lose McKenna.
Yeah, with
I
it,
still get beat about that. Even though, I follow her on Facebook, she's still doing fancy bikini shots on.
actually on Instagram, but still.
I know nothing in the scanner, unfortunately. I should wonder what to do. Yeah. Yes, believe it or not, the interior of the transporter room is kind of lavender.
The color gets distorted on camera.
Well, because Bob Justin's big thing was just different colored lights to make it interesting. So.
Yeah.
But if you watch it, yeah, it's kind of perfect.
Some robots kind of stick. But they went with a lot of kind of neutral grayish type colors, so that depending on the mood of the show, you can throw up whatever you want.
Like I said earlier, it's like the actual sets were like it's like the actual set was almost Battleship Gray. It was so dark, but they would throw up so much light on there. Okay.
The original, the gold uniforms were originally green.
Yeah, avocado green, but I think there was a combination of things. One, the lighting was such, but also the photo labs, and the local stations kept color correcting to make Spock look like normal human, thing. But this is also the effect of changing the color of the uniforms.
Yeah,
and
the
also,
color processing. Yeah,
and also velour is a weird material. On the hanger, it looked green. You put it on, it looks kind of goldish, and then just because the
you can see sometimes the
brush of the fabric or such that they would just change colors right in front of you.
Yeah, you can see sometimes when the light of the camera angle is a certain way, it does look a little green.
Yeah,
especially that picture with Andrea Drum from Where No Man Is Gone.
Yeah,
the collar you can see looks green.
Yeah, and especially when you get next to Gary Mitchell, who's in a tan uniform, you get a definite change there. But the big thing, though, was when third season, the velour just got such a pain in the ass. Because that, and also the fact that velour, especially at the time, shrinks every time it's dry cleaned. And they would dry clean the costumes every night.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why a tunic that was kind of baggy on Shatner in the beginning of the season got tighter and tighter, combined also the fact that as the season would go on, he'd get tired and he'd start slacking off on his workout routine.
Yeah. And he also, from what I read, he also used to like to have a big lunch.
Yeah. And he would, him and his dog, he brought Morgan to the set. But, the constantly shrinking uniform and the constantly expanding captain, but pretty soon, by the mid-season, he was like in a sausage casing. Now he'll get back on working on that, and then by the end of the season, he's back in shape. But the uniform is still shrunk up on him. But that's a big thing why they got that green wraparound thing, because it's a little more forgiving and adjustable. Here we go. And part 2.
Previously on X-Men.
Wish I sold the raw footage so I can get rid of that fucking watermark. Ow.
Spark's computer. No buttons. You know there's buttons here, but they're being used elsewhere right now. Some of the lucky sets got them right now. And here we are back. To my quarters. Okay. Yes.
Again, that same material, all the bits.
It's also loose.
Same material.
Yeah, that wasn't. It was just sitting there. They could move it around a little bit.
It was also the '60s too. They had to watch how much personal activity the captain was involved in. Yes. You may have seen him putting his boots on, but that was all.
How they slipped that by the sensors.
I got one of them bottles right down here.
Here we are in the quarters again.
And here we are, and I just unplugged myself. There we go.
Kind of stuff you'd have in the captain.
See?
Another little. That's solid. That's not all. That's copy of contact. And beyond that door is supposedly, well, that's where Elon locked herself in a little temper tantrum. So we presume it's the bathroom. It had the right echo. Masterpieces of Drama and Einstein's Universe. Roughly highbrow books. That's obviously plywood.
And then we got the emergency manual monitor. Oh, no. Auxiliary control.
This is where you run the ship.
One side I wish they had was emergency manual monitor, but they never had a reason for it.
Be careful. This is why sometimes you try it again. Anyway, you just pretend they turn. I just turn. Okay. Yeah, normally it's you figure there's a corridor outside this door. No, actually the corridor's over here. Movie magic. Corridor that, and you just put a flat that looks like a corridor out there, and when they come in, oh, there we go. All right. Here. And you have these kind of who knows what that means. It looks technical. Oh, the only difference here is that on the digital it actually does a hole a couple feet down.
Yeah.
So we go down a bit. Again, saving the bridge for later. The brig.
And do one quick caveat this way, and then we can go back that.
The turbo lift, which we saw right here. And in this case, handle don't turn. They should, but they don't. And notice this side, there's nothing there. They didn't need it. This is the side you're going to see. That's the side they did.
Oh, and to do the light going by on the as they're changing levels.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it here, but on the original show, it was just Jimmy Rugg behind there with a light bulb with a coffee can with slits in it, and they just spin the coffee can. And when they change direction from horizontal to vertical, just rotate it and spin it that way.
Oh yeah, this is really because this is more the reality of the situation. It wasn't all that pretty. It looks great on camera, which is the purpose. It doesn't have to look good. We're not talking a museum piece. This is a production. It's a working soundstage. I'm not sure what the
And this is
about, but I got stuff for the kids. So. I think they're fixing that swivel problem.
Yeah, someone had broken the chair again. So.
They're doing that. No oscilloscope.
No.
Like I recall on this one of these, they had an actual motor on the original. I think this one was like some guy.
Yeah, that kind of when it's right. That was the actual sound of the motor they had. They didn't dub it at all. It was noisy.
Kipley Brown playing Smith. Somebody's doing it. Cousin it. Is it safe to sit in now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Oh, no. I would never plop in this. I'm a captain, for God's sakes. There's some dignity.
You'd be surprised the people.
Oh, I know. Some people are uncouth barbarians. One thing I know how to do is sit in my captain's chair. We're still missing a button.
Yeah, those are just resin casts that they don't move.
I'm trying to get more footage later.
So they do the old cheat of you hit it and bring in a sound effect.
Yes. Right there.
Yeah, this time I brought the selfie stick.
All the chairs are the period chairs that they have available inside, and we've been able to find some. The captain's chair is built out of an office chair. See in the waiting room.
Change dedication. Yesterday it was a dreadnought. Today we're back to Constitution, but literally Constitution class. Who's this Constitution? And the display is back where it should be. Because we're really only missing
The spot that sometimes would
a
manage,
complete circuit here.
the view screen over there, which you stare at the bottom.
Muppet spot.
That's
For the
funny.
record, no Orion porno films going there. It's just a blue light. Well, you do wonder some of the stuff they would do back in the day. They did, someone did try doing a little slideshow about some other naughty stuff. I think imagine the original sound was also a lot. So it's like, talking about catwalks. Elaborate scheme to hide Leonard Nimoy's bicycle. Because he would annoy everybody. Because everyone else had to run to the comments. He got his bike and ride. So everyone's out of breath trying to get their lunch wolfed down. He's there chomping away on his disgusting Friday sandwiches. And there we go. What?
Yeah, it's one of the cases like the feud. It wasn't just Shatner that got. Everyone hated Nimoy and his bicycle.
Oh yeah.
Because again, he would have and he pedaled down to the commissary. They're out of breath trying to get. He's already there, halfway finished, leisurely eating his lunch, and just you son of a bitch. Well, again, Shatner, he's the lead. He's kind of the kind of
deal.
So he would do a thing. He would, they'd see, his excuse. Well, you see Leonard's bike there. Well, he can't just, it's out there. So and who could steal it? So he'd chain it up with a big old heavy chain and padlock. Of course, result being that Leonard couldn't, get to his bike because no, he's not going to get him the key to it. No. So his bike's all chained up. Everyone else can go down. Riders have to go. And Nimoy had also had a chance to finally buy a new car. Instead of the piece of crap he had, he finally bought a brand new Buick Riviera. And so, parked it, and well, Shatner goes, hey, someone's parked in Leonard's spot. We can't have that. So he has the car towed.
Oh, jeez.
But the thing, where Nimoy got so fucking tired of them messing around with his bike that he brought it onto the set and would park it right off the set there so he'd keep an eye on it. And it's a case of with the precision of of a drill team. The second he turned his back on it, ropes came down from the catwalk, and the bike is up. He turns around. Where the fuck is my bike? I said, bike? You got a bike? All right, goddamn. He grabbed a broom and starts swinging it. It's like somebody in my bike misses the bike by just a few inches by swinging around. And then somewhere you get warmer. It's like takes a couple steps. Yeah, I'm getting colder. And then he looks up, sees the bike, busts out laughing. Like the shit they did on that set.
Is there any truth to the story that Star Trek wasn't canceled because of low ratings?
Not really. Because ratings-wise, it was actually pretty solid. The last season tailed off when the rot was starting to set, and it really was getting kind of bad. But back to the ratings overall, though, I mean, it was pretty good, actually. They actually won the night several times during the run. But because it was so damn expensive, it didn't have big enough ratings to justify the expense. It's like with Battlestar Galactica years later. That was a top 25 show, but it cost $1 million an episode back when that actually meant something.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much that it was, doing bad in the rating. It was doing okay in the ratings, but they needed to do better than okay. They're justified because they were spending the equivalent of $1 million an episode.
Yeah, you got to sell the ad time to be able to make it back.
I mean, it wasn't the most expensive show on television at the time. There was I think Mission Impossible and Mannix actually cost a little more, but they were doing better in the ratings, so they could justify it. Star Trek wasn't doing that good, but it was considered a hit.
Yeah.
So there, but also thinking, Lucy put up her own. No, Lucy did not put up her own money. That's not the way show business works. Okay. Like the old line of producers, never put your own money in the show. Rule number 2: never put your own money in the show.
It was NBC's money, but they actually they were in charge of production.
Yeah, and actually, and the thing is, the second pilot, because I get a whole thing about. Facttrek.com is a good set because they go and think of second pilot was not unprecedented, not by any means necessary. Lots of shows went through multiple pilots because they really wanted this thing to work, but you got we wanted to get a something like Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah,
that one did the whole thing with Carl Reiner in the lead, but we've got this Dick Van Dyke guy coming. He's working for him, And they did like 3 different Fibber McGee and Molly pilots. A couple of a spin-off. The Great Gildersleeve went through a few pilots. One show back in the late 40s went like 4 pilots.
Yeah, recently actually, they did not go through 2 pilots. They tried to do an American version of the IT Crowd.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the actress was, but Joel McHale was.
He
had a part in it. Yeah. And the NBC rejected it, but they said, okay, we don't want this pilot, but we like Joel McHale.
Yeah.
Find something else for him. That's how they came up with the Community.
Yeah. But actually, in fact, not only was it it was unusual by the time of the 60s, but even then it wasn't, because at the very time that they were doing Where No Man Has Gone Before, Desilu was doing a second pilot for a sitcom for NBC.
Yeah. For
an idea. It didn't sell. But it was hardly unprecedented. And the thing is, Justman knew that when he's saying, and they didn't do it then. They were doing it at the very fucking time you were doing yours. Don't give me this shit. The sensation, no, it didn't. You read the trades of the Times. Oh, yeah, they're doing a second pilot of this thing.
Does the pilot of the Dick Van Dyke Show with Johnny Carson, does that still exist, or is that lost?
No, it was Carl Reiner.
Oh, it was Carl Reiner.
I've seen it, yeah.
Okay.
It's, again, he's playing Rob Petrie. He's got the wife and they got the kid. It's a totally different cast.
Mm-hmm.
But the characters, and it's a single camera thing with a laugh track.
Okay.
So what they did change it to a multi-camera with an audience. So, but it's a case that we like the concept, we like the idea, but not you, Carl. You can produce it. We'll bankroll that, and you can do cameos here and there. But no, we want Dick Van Dyke as thing. We're wanting to find something for him.
God, but, I have the DVD of the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show and their 4th appearance from '65. Dick Van Dyke's on a bumper at the end. He goes, "If you're not doing anything Wednesday, why not join us for the Dick Van Dyke Show at 9?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is so much more relaxed and than now. Must see TV."
Oh yeah. No, but all right, I was going somewhere. Shit. Lost the train of thought.
But two pilots.
Yeah, second. Oh, now because also thinking about how the second pilot came about. It's something that Herb Solow tells a story of in Inside Star Trek book, and it's something I think I had seen elsewhere online, but it kind of built on that. But it's like the whole reason why they chose the Cage as the first pilot, because they figured that's the toughest one to do of the ones you submitted here. The other ones are like Muds, Women, and stuff like pretty standard stuff. Not very ambitious. Anybody can do this, and we want to see what you can really do. And so they picked the Cage as and really it was the title of Menagerie at the time when they did, because Cage was a working title. By the time it hit the thing, it was called a Menagerie. But they figured this will test. This will be a good test. And they saw it, and in several ways they definitely delivered. But it still wasn't quite the action adventure thing they did. It was very very thoughtful story.
Yeah.
And so I think it was maybe Mort Warner talked to Herb Solo. Okay, Herb, we need to apologize. We kind of sandbagged you there. We picked the story because we didn't think you were going to do it, and you did. You did very good. But there's a few things we want, get something a little more conventional here. So how about doing another pilot? Okay, great. We'll do that.
We'll give you some money to do another pilot.
Yeah, and we'll do something a little more conventional, a little more rock'em sock'em,
Yeah, a little bit more action oriented, a little faster paced.
Yeah, and since they already had the sets and the costumes, so not nearly as expensive at that point. But I think also in the recasting thing, the only one carried over was Nimoy. Jeffrey Hunter was not going to come along because of various reasons. There was already a thing because he wanted some time off to do an occasional movie, but also his wife was such a snot. It's like, Jeffrey Hunter is a movie star. He did not do this sort of thing. So I got, Roddenberry's like, I can work with Jeff. I can work Jeff and his agent. I can work with Jeff and a gorilla. But there's no way I can put up with that. Something. We'll just part ways, friends, okay? Jeff is not completely sold on doing a series at this point, especially one as demanding as this one would be. And start brainstorming of who's going to replace him. I think that, a few names went around. This may be where Jack Lord came into the conversation on the thing. He wanted 50% ownership of the show, which I guess is a vote of confidence, but there wasn't 50% left to get the show. I think Desilu had like 50 and it split it up. I mean, Roddenberry only had like 10% ownership at that point. Majel offered up James Coburn. It said he's not sexy. It says you. Lloyd Bridges. I think you're doing is great, Gene, but sci-fi doesn't work on TV. So he passed. And then along comes Bill Shatner, who was just coming off of For the Defense. Brilliant legal show. It's kind of interesting. I saw an episode. It was kind of a handheld camera thing, but almost a cinema verite thing, where about the prosecutor or something. But it had the misfortune, great reviews, but it had the misfortune of being up against Bonanza.
Oh yeah.
So it's like nobody saw it.
You know what I saw recently? Actually, a couple. Because they describe Star Trek as wagon train to the stars. I've seen a few episodes of Wagon Train recently.
Yeah.
Does the wagon train ever get to where it's going?
That's the thing. It was just a sales pitch, something that he felt the network understood. Yeah, it's like Wagon Train, but in space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you got you meet a different person on the Wagon Train, and that's your guest star for the week. But you had the recurring cast of the train master and a few other guys.
Yeah, well, westerns were huge back then. So.
And now it'll be spaceships instead of horses, zap guns instead of 6 guns.
Yeah.
We'll have some aliens instead of Indians.
The
But it's like once we got the camel's nose on the thing, we can start doing some serious stories here. But yeah, Shatner came on and he's got a increasingly frustrated wife and 3 little girls at home. It's like, Daddy needs a paycheck now.
there's a guy. There's a guy I listen to. This guy he does the voice of Bob and in Bob's Burgers. Sam Cedar does the voice of Hugo.
Yeah.
He was talking about because we're talking about pilots. He would every pilot season when he was younger, he would do like 1 or 2 pilots, and he would get paid like $50,000 for them for doing them, and he actually was making quite a good living off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do like a pilot, and then you get paid 50 grand, and he just take the rest of the year off and do whatever.
Yeah.
And then one year he does a pilot, and he says, "All right, good." His agent says, "Good news, Sam. I think your pilot's gonna get picked up." And he's like,
"Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Now I got to work."
Exactly.
You got a pretty good rhythm here. Do a pilot and move on. Actually, for a while I was doing a lot of these test screenings because there was this hotel down the south side of town, way down. God, I think Orchard Avenue, but they would do these test screenings where you come in and you watch a pilot, and they give you opinions. So I saw a few of those that way.
Typically, they do them at malls. They do them at amusement parks.
Yeah,
test screening it. Yeah.
Where they'll 4-screen, they'll sit around the corner. This one was a sitcom thing with Sally Kellerman was in it. It looked like they used the old sets from All in the Family.
I did it. I watched a test screening for. Oh God, what was the heck is the name? It was some show with Hallie Todd, who was on Next Generation, and I said, what'd you? And one of the question was, what did you think of the? What'd you think of the cast? I said, well, I like Hallie Todd. She was in Star Trek Next Generation. I answered. I just didn't think overall it was very funny. There's about a group of people. It was like Three's Company. They lived in an apartment but worked for a candid camera type of show. And I said, I'm just not buying into the premise. I just don't think these people will be living together. And it's like, it's just, and it went to series anyway, but I was like, hey, there's that show I didn't think was.
Yeah, I don't think anything I thought, nothing I ever saw was sold, I don't think. But it's interesting stuff, not bad.
What the hell was that show's name? It did get sold as the series. Hallie Todd. What the hell was her name?
Probably didn't last very long.
No.
Let's get back to this here. Yeah.
Starship Duty is hatching sometimes.
Hallie Todd. Let's see.
Okay. Someone described this space station. This is actually the entrance to the final episode they did in the colony.
Yeah, that kind of a pod thing there with the.
Oh, Going Places. It was called Going Places.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it was under a different title, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the puppets and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I think that sculpture. I think they put out in Spock's quarters.
This kind of brings to mind, I think, because one thing that Shatner said, something put his rehearsal table off to the side, so it would go through the scenes, which was great for the performance, but it helped the production and drove the producers nuts. Probably a somewhat legendary rebuke for Ronberry for the others. But
Yeah, I
tried
think
to be nice about it. Tried to be a nice guy, but it's like, you want to be a producer? Fine, I'll be a producer. He called out everybody.
Yeah, it's right around there where Steph had her little.
Shatner and Nimoy. No, Shatner. Nimoy got called out because he's a nice guy. No, he had his prima donna moments too, and even D. Kelly, to a lesser extent, was having trouble, causing problems in their mind.
Pardon me.
That's a little difference.
Yeah, it was a letter that went out from Roddenberry to Shatner, Nimoy, and Kelly, just calling them out on the carpet for shit they were pulling. And it's not so much stealing lines, but just trying to take over the production type of thing. No, we got a job to do here. We're not doing a stage production where we got to get a certain number of days in. We don't have time for you guys to do your rehearsal thing off to the side here. And yeah, I seen a picture with a little table outside, and they all sitting around doing a read through. But we got shit to do.
Is, well, not everything is up all the time.
And we don't have time for your prima donna things here.
That little famous model that Matt Jeffries had, of all the sets up, and of course the diagram. That's what it would be like if they were all up at the same time. They were never all up at the same time. Most of the times they were sets pieces were taken down, flattened, and put against the wall, which could explain why sometimes they didn't look quite the same way when they would show up again. And then it's like put them back together the same way, exactly. Normally, because they would take marks on the floor. But like McCoy's office. If there was a scene requiring McCoy's office to be used in the scene, yeah, just set it over here and you're ready to go. A lot of repurposing. I think actually the transporter room was redone as the chapel. I think just the pad was carpeted over. The brief room obviously, was redone as a rec room and other big meetings.
I'm thinking now that I think about it, I think actually what they may have done is move the transporter, somehow or other, just across the hallway to part of the rec room or something.
The captain's quarters, obviously, the spots for anybody else's quarters. All right, standard build.
Yeah, that's an old AMT.
I've done some of them myself. Of course. Application to Starfleet. I'll grab a couple. It's going to be a bad idea to finally pull the trigger on this, especially when we get settled somewhere. Yeah. But a lot of the stuff that they would put on the control panels, literally like takeout lids from the commissary, and stuff like here. This is packing forms, the stuff that would be like stuff in the engineering thing. A lot of times, those big rectangular thing. It's a manufactured shape. You know what it is. It looks weird, but it's obviously manufactured, not hand carved. That was they got IBM Selectric typewriters one year. Oh, and they threw out the packing. Well, guess what? It's a dumpster dive time for the Star Trek guys as they're getting all these things. Just repurpose, just painted gold, turned upside down, sticking up the plexi. You're ready to go. Which reminds me.
Yeah, Star Trek did a lot of dumpster diving.
He was a part of the and a lot of huge cylinders. Those, a lot of cases, were forms for pouring concrete. Just big, huge tubes of concrete cardboard.
Yeah, giant cardboard tubes.
So they're dirt cheap. And that is probably what most of engineers made. This huge cardboard tube. And the Jeffries tube.
Yeah, that bit on the wall right next to me before that was when they got all this new shipment of IBM Selectric typewriters, and they came in shipped in these styrofoam packing things, and they just tossed them. I was like, hey, we can use it, and they just so they're all over that set.
I had the brief room to myself for a while. Take a moment here. I mentioned back to the cage. Actually, this set wasn't around for the cage. The cage and where I went down before, different briefing entirely. It was a big round thing. That's basically a product of Pato Guzman, who's the original art director. And in my deck plans, I figured that's what taken out when they lowered the bridge. But also knows the bridge, real tall thing. Oh, that's the only time you establish where the bridge is visually, is that scene where they zoom in on the bridge. And everything else, it's like, well, here's the ship right here. What? That's how low that dome is. The pilot is about twice as tall.
Ooh.
In reality, they just cut the thing in half for filming because it looked better. But you got to take these things into account when you're coming up with stuff like deck plans. So I figure, no one said the bridge was still up that high.
No.
So, and you got the arguments too. It's so exposed. Well, what they did, they realized that, and they lowered it.
Oh.
The entire bridge dome is still there. It's just half of it's now inside. So.
Yeah, the bridge is actually buried in the center of the section. Yeah.
I forget how I came to that one, but I think it was somebody's suggestion on Trek BBS. Which I don't even think he meant it. The guy who said, suggested it that way, but wait a minute, there we go. Just lower it down. Then I figured the one scene one place you never see again is that briefing room from the first two pilots.
Oh.
And it's round. Okay, we figured it's in the center. So they'll lose the bridge, lower it down. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
So back to your stations.
Oh.
I like that briefing room from the first three pilots.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn it.
Okay, so I think there's a good place to wrap things up. I think the actual set do I have to say fast and fast. So really good. Edit special next year. Put a picture in of it.
I think it's back in the day, those switches were dirt cheap. You can get them all over the place, but they don't make them anymore, so it's hard to get them.
It's like those rocker switches.
Yeah, it's hard to find them nowadays.
Oh.
Most of the, I think except for the bottle, most of this was like they're just doing the wrong thing here.
Oh.
Upside down. All right. I would lie down on the bed again, but frankly, the bed's not that comfortable.
It's not. There's like you can see part of the frame right in the middle of it.
It wasn't really made to be slept in.
Well, I think if they had a better backing underneath it, I suspect the beds in sick bay are more comfortable, but they won't let you lay down on those.
Here's the restrooms. Employ you to go boldly. And they are not only unisex, but sort of, pan species. So, male, female, little blobby tentacle thing, whatever.
Blobby tentacle.
Yeah.
So you wondered.
This is
at least on this set.
This is the quarter, just off the transporter.
Didn't they have a Captain April quarters on there somewhere?
Yeah.
Didn't they have a Captain April quarters on there somewhere?
Yeah, that's the name they have in the quarters. There's Captain Robert April in the social security in the serial number.
Just be careful where you step on those things.
Yeah, the ring had shifted on that one, so I'm moving a bit.
Got to step right to center.
We heard the whole thing yesterday.
That's resin cast, but it's the cast from
Is that Vic in the background?
No, Vic wasn't there. It's one of the guys.
Yeah. Well, they probably do have 6 things out cameras here. Or
Hey, honey.
lights here. But it makes sense.
While you're showing this off, can you grab me 3 of those York peppermint patties from the bag?
Hold on.
We're not trick or treating.
Yeah.
No, actually, these are some
behind the bridge.
You got me from the
Oh, hey, here's one going around the
This is
back
about as
side of the
sophisticated as it
bridge.
gets.
No one knows I'm back
If
there. At that
anything,
point. I'm just,
this is probably more because
I'm being a little naughty here.
Christmas lights. A few of the original displays have come to surface, and there were like sandwiches of Christmas lights and painted patterns and Stairs where
You're seeing how the sausage is made.
They see them open the panels or doing some weird things. But there we go. Again, in this case, a little more sophisticated than back in the day where they'd use just radio parts, and I think it was actually a brake cylinder in one of them. Now we got computer parts. Whoopsie. That was almost dangerous. Watch the course. I'm probably not allowed back.
Oh. I think it was rough to have that stage that I tripped over.
Communication, I believe. But here, we've got a big old blueprint. And this is actually the Mike McMaster one, which is not completely accurate, but it's close enough for government purposes. And it even includes the second door, which came in later. Yeah.
Three of them.
Actually, this would be communications. This is and here, there's how you get onto the bridge via turbo lift. Steps inside here. Here we go. And these doors would open. I'm not going to do it because I'll probably get in trouble if I do. Once again, handles do not turn.
Yeah, you got
the left or somebody else just off stage.
Well,
but yeah, you'd have somebody on there pull the ropes.
I had trouble climbing that jet.
Doors would open. You come onto the bridge, and of course, yeah, famously, Fortnite maneuver. You had this angle where it opens, and you see the entire bridge. Since they did not have the entire bridge for this one, they never used that shot. If they did, that's why there's a green screen at the back end there, so they can CGI it in. It's amazing what you can do on the cheap if you think about it. Huh? I'm gonna look at this stuff here. So actually, no, this is communications. I remember that outside how big the stupid thing is. This would be Spock Station. Quick, here I'm about to kill that cord again. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is an off limits area, so I'll be getting that here.
And we're back.
This would be, yeah, there's the blue light front of under the scanner there, and there's the thing doing the walk pattern. So yeah. But yeah.
Very little room back there. It's right up against the wall.
Right there.
Because you're right up against the wall going back there.
Wraps it up here. If they, they do one of these again, get down here. It is fun. It's like, yeah, you can. It does really kind of bust the illusion a little bit because you do see it doesn't look, really pristine and stuff. But the point is, it's not supposed to. It photographs. This is a true history lesson and how they think to put together. And these aren't remarkable sets. They're just laid out. Again, the placement in the stage 9 is not the same as it was in the stage 9. But they the curvature. If you know that layout, you know which is off what quarter. There's the bridge is off to the side. Engineering is off to the side. I think we're taking a look at the shuttlecraft on the way out here. I'm doing a look here. Okay, and functioning buttons here. Nice, good clicky sounds. That's what you want in a good button. In this case, they hang it like it's wide open out of the space. Oh my God, we're gonna die. Let's take a look. We're still kind of missing some things here, but I'm gonna have a few of these just to screw people's minds. Just whatever you want up in there. The effects. About these. Very little. This was mostly done by other people. That's not good.
Get the lights on here. And for that. And the old stereo knobs.
Yeah, we were in there.
Yeah. But I think that pretty much wraps up. Yeah, if you get a chance to get down to it, and again, no knocking on Ticonderoga. I mean, it's a different kind of experience, but those are kind of idealized sets. Everything is finished. The bridge isn't turned. It's a museum quality kind of thing. If you want to, you got plasma displays and the monitors and stuff. But also, it's going to cost you $20 to get in the door. So, whereas this was free, other than the transportation cost to get up there. And like the guy said, and one of the guys who work said, we don't do tours here. We do visits. You visit this. Ticonderoga does tours. Not. James does what he does to keep the lights on. This is really more. It is an open house. If you want to do a fan film, this is what we got. These are facilities. This is what this is the set you got available to it. And just come up with a story that you use these sets. So we're going to move this on over to the other facility where they're going to be doing the panels and the roof and stuff. Actually, I get some lunch first, then we'll go over there and see how long we can hang out before things get weird. So, catch you later. Okay.
All right, guys. It's getting kind of. Is it late over here? I don't know.
It is. Well, it's 9:14 here, so yeah.
So it's a 11:15 here. It's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check out. I'll talk to you guys later. Always fun hanging out.
Oh, this one's getting some views. Okay.
All right. I'll see you later, guys.
All right. Have fun there.
Bye.
All right, see you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, okay. Now I can see what's going on here. Yeah. Yeah, when you're back again, those sets are now being set up in Sandusky, Ohio, at the Sandusky Mall. Probably up and ready to go sometime early 2025. Right now, it's like I think the Spirit Halloween store is wrapping up the tail end there with after Halloween sales. So probably they'll start setting up within like a day or two, and it'll take a while to get up and running. But their operation is going to be the same as in Kingsland. It's like working sets, pay your money, pay a deposit, bring your people in, do your stuff. But in a much more controlled environment with air conditioning and heating year round. They got a bathroom right there. You got a mall, so there's a food court down there, stores, and you got International Federation Trekkers literally right across the way. So you got a free labor there. Yeah.
What?
Yes. Well, look who's finally made an appearance.
Get your big boobs in here, woman.
All right, I'm going. We've already been at like 3 hours. I think that's long enough for here. So we might hang out backstage here, but
I'm not here at your beck and call, bitches.
Yeah. Now I was actually in the mood to run that recreation of Space Seed as it ran on NBC, but can't do that in its stream though. So
I'm just trying to figure out because we did a short drive around town, dealt with a couple little things we needed to do. By the time we got back, we must have seen about 30, 40 cop cars, including a whole bunch with lights on in different places.
Boy.
Oh, boy.
It's like, oh, look, the city's being batshit crazy.
Oh,
wait,
of course. Yeah, of course.
And then I came back here, came in to try to sit down in my seat, set my feet down on the blanket I put under my chair to wrap my legs up in, and got them swatted by a cat that was inside them. She's like, inside the blanket, so I
occupied. Yeah.
Okay, which cat?
Ornery.
Yeah, of course.
Ever since I got this blanket the other day, the cats keep trying to steal it. It's a velour of purple.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes. What are you asking for? There's only one black and white cat in this damn house.
Yeah.
Well, it was whether it was her or whether it was part of the blanket back there.
It's not that hard to tell.
Yeah. Well, again, we pretty much solved the transportation problem for getting down to drop my pipes and stuff. So we're not doing the e-begging so much this time.
Good. Did you want to finish up the Jimmy Carr video we were watching the other night?
Yeah, I can do that. Again, I'm also got an urge going to run the Space Seed. So
I really don't want to sit here and hang out on stream right now. I want to watch crew defensive shit and work on my Diamond Dart.
That's fine because again, we're about ready to wrap up.
By the way, you know Netcat and all his like psychedelic cats he uses for images.
Yeah.
I'm making him a Diamond Dart.
Ooh, you'll like that.
And I'm going to make a little woodsy deer one for his wife who likes all the nature stuff with me. So see, I can be a really good friend, can't I?
Well, yeah, she is the poacher, so yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
So on that note, we'll go and wrap it up here. We'll talk at you later.